Yeah, we're live.
No, we're not.
We are fucking live.
We are not.
We're not fucking.
Well, no, we're not doing that.
We're not fucking. We're not even sucking wieners.
Not live, anyway.
No.
What kind of party is this?
This is the kind of party you wish you were
Watch
at.
Now live, Big League Bourbon.
Oh shit.
Shane Long, Tank Destroyer.
That's right. That's right.
Ass Destroyer 3000.
Yes.
You know who I'll invite? I'll invite the shits.
They're like crack, aren't they?
I like shits.
No. Hold up,
What?
brother.
What? I invited Ben and shits. That's it.
Ben shits.
I don't know if anybody's going to show up.
Oh yeah. Don't say that. Did you?
What?
Nah.
Come now.
Mm-hmm.
Mute it.
You? We need to talk so much.
Tito! What's up, bro? That wasn't him, though.
Oh.
What's up, dude? Jump on. Jump on it.
No, it's just the idea.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
What you got?
Look at that guy. That
Who?
guy just texted us.
What is it?
Colorado guy just texted us and said, fuck you.
Who's that?
And we're not muted. He just told me to fuck off.
Who told me to fuck off?
Tito, can you hear us now?
Someone told me to fuck off.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
There we go. I think I turned the mic on now. Can you hear me now,
I
Tito?
think the last time I got told fuck off was like a long time ago. Like yesterday, maybe?
Yeah, it's a daily.
Man.
Well, it's a new day.
Yeah, that's true. It is a new day.
It's a new day.
Yep, Tito can hear us. He said, yeah, fuck off.
What's up?
What up,
Libation
Tito?
exploration.
How come we can't hear him?
Because he's not on with us. He's
This
in
is
the
the-
chat.
This
I
is like the
I
best-
posted the link,
This is the best view I've ever seen of myself.
right?
That
You do.
hand right there.
Yo, Tito, jump on, bro.
Right here. That's all you can see of me.
We gotta have somebody to talk
I
You
to.
want to switch? I'm using
Otherwise,
now.
everybody's just gonna hear us
I
talking to
I'm
ourselves.
I never get to do that.
Being jerky treats. What are they open now?
You want to sit here so I can sit over there?
I'll sit right here.
Did we
I
bring
can't
water
see
down?
you.
Because then I can jump over and do whatever I gotta do on the computer.
Alright.
And
I can't be that close to Shane and do it. It's,
Oh,
we have to have
oh,
like an adult rating.
wireless set keyboard. Oh, somebody just said something.
Is it your
Shit said, what up, dudes? What up, shits? There's blah. Our favorite man. Blah. What up, blah? What up, dude?
So,
Oh, Tito's hanging with the wife tonight.
oh, right on.
Understandable, Tito.
Hanging with the wife and watching us.
That's right. As long as you're in bed snuggling, it's okay.
You're sure you don't want to there?
I am sure.
I
Dude,
don't
it's too far for me to get up to go do shit if I have.
What is Zerk eating?
We're eating Dots pretzels. My wife went and hooked it up. What are we all drinking?
Yeah, they don't sell that shit here.
These things are
What do you guys
incredible.
want? I'm up, so I'm pouring.
Dude,
What's up,
you
Adam?
gotta hit that.
And what? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I did that.
Okay.
Show the camera. Show the people.
What is
I
it?
will. Your glass.
What is it?
27.
27-year
Oh,
light whiskey.
I mean, you're gonna go down. Go down.
Go down quick and hard.
I heard that Chris is going to be going down later.
I was gonna say it's a little early to talk about going down.
It's going
I think
down.
Chris is always game to go down.
Yeah, well,
We agreed to go.
there's no bumping in baseball,
No
boys.
wiener fucking tonight.
All right, this is courtesy of Mr. Zerk. He brought the Obtanium 27-year
From
Canadian light whiskey that is 157.5 proof.
Zerk, what did that cost?
$199.99.
Yep.
Wow.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm still working
Oh,
on
God.
that.
You know, the nose on that is pretty fucking special.
It is. The nose, and to think, honestly, this was made at Black Velvet.
So here's the question. How
News
does that compare to the 42-year Shane had?
Yeah.
Say what?
Say it again.
Say again, Ben?
The question is, how does this compare to the 42-year?
Oh, it's going to be very different because this is a corn. This is still a light whiskey.
Yeah.
Where that other is it's a Canadian, so it's going to have some rye in it.
Yeah.
Now, the only reason this is Canadian is because it was stored in Canada.
Right. It actually started off at MGP, went up to Canada.
No, MGP bought it.
Distilled this. And then MGP bought it from them. And then Eugene and them got it.
It has to because that has a signature
It does.
Canada note.
Yeah.
This
was
so are the signature notes I'm sorry and waving a white flag? What?
There's only certain places that give you that maple note.
Boom. I can see everybody now.
Maple nose.
Oh,
that's a maple
this
nose.
Is dirty.
It's a maple nose.
You're dirty.
Dirty. Oh, that was my best Bieber tribute to Canada.
We had shit tonight that was hotter than that.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
I mean, tasting.
Right.
Tasting.
Yeah.
Whoa. This is one of the first ones we had tonight that covered the front, mid, and back.
That's dangerous. You know, that danger.
Yeah. You know, if you're drinking that, I'll have some light whiskey with you.
But it's not it's not so vicious that it really gives your head off.
No, I'm not hurting on that at all. I just want hot, whatever that is. That's spicy shit.
It is.
Not hot, but
I'll go 147.4 with you guys.
Nice. What is that? Obtanium?
Triple down.
Oh, no, yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah, that's the other super matter.
14-year.
I'm pretty sure this is like a recliner ring.
It is.
This might be the bed tonight.
It is. That's where I passed out on streaming the limbo stream.
Yeah. This right here is like some comfortable.
Zerk yours does not pop. Shane's does.
That's right. Yeah.
My kid broke the top on. My kid broke the top on that I ordered a new part.
Hey, what's happening? You're a little older. Hey, what's going on?
Why isn't mine going up?
You know, I can't believe Saul hasn't jumped on. He gave us a big fuck you. I posted the link in here, and he hasn't jumped in to say fuck you in person.
Who?
Saul.
Oh.
I at least thought we'd get, a fuck you in person.
Hey, you know.
So I sent a picture
But
of that.
That'd be a classic thing to do.
I sent a picture of that Knob Creek to Adriana.
Yeah. What'd she say?
And I said, we really, really wanted to buy this for you, but didn't know how we could get it to you.
Yes.
She said, I've never been so sad to not be able to drive up and pick something up. That baby was meant to be mine. I kind of want to make one now. I said, I agree. I was struggling hard for like 20 minutes trying to figure out how.
That's true.
I got a
way to
truck.
get that
I can
free
still
shipping.
drive and get it.
I said, it's only
the
$40.
shipping is the hard part.
But it would look good in the corner.
Dude, it would look good at anybody's bar.
Yeah.
It would look good in my
It
corner.
It would look good anywhere.
It's pretty slick.
Well
Yeah.
worth $40.
I got to finish the
What
brick.
the hell are you guys talking about?
There was a Knob Creek display that is Rickhouse H. It's like a 6-tier Knob Creek display with the metal tin roof, and it had the windows on the side. It was where we were tonight. They had that there, and they were selling the display for $40. It was pretty badass.
That was cool.
Does it come apart?
No, it's one solid piece.
It's pretty heavy.
Well, I mean,
was
some of
heavy.
it could have come apart, but the main outer frame
Yeah, you could.
didn't.
Dude, this is
The only thing that you could have done,
delicious.
technically,
it is.
is to take off a side, a complete side of it.
Tell me that, dude. That's
So the
pancakes,
side
man.
It is,
That's,
dude.
that's pancakes and syrup.
You could have.
It is.
Well, that's where you know there has to be.
Oh.
Canada is. It's such.
Now I'm getting hungry.
It's so maple.
I got an angle grinder. You get that.
That would work. Hammer.
Where's
That'd be
the?
great in the foyer of that store.
What are you doing?
Don't
Sparks.
threaten me with a good time. You know I'll do it.
That would be awesome.
Is it $20 for half?
We only have room for half.
That's it. I'm gonna go get it, take it home, and do a live with Adriana so she can at least see it in my bar.
Oh my god, she would cry.
I'll actually go live from the Burger Time.
She's here.
Oh,
Adriana! Come on, let's go. I'll throw this bad boy in here again. I'm not jumping on the YouTube to do it, so no pinning, but there it is.
this is YouTube. What is it?
It's on YouTube, but I'm not. This is the next
I have no doubt. What time does the pegging start?
That's gonna start at about 5 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
I brought my strap on for
We
that.
want to make sure my kids are still asleep. They don't need to witness that shit show.
Hey, Tito, it finally came, or what happened?
Whoa! Somebody
Wait.
came.
So we talked. What?
Yeah, Tito says he's hooked on his 3-chamber rye, and there was a whole concern that he might not be getting it.
I thought he was drinking it last night.
Well, I must have missed that last night.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's what happened to me, dude. And then I just pulled the hat down and went.
How many times you sit there with your kid drink?
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, this is pretty decent. The new Evan
Okay.
Williams
Is it a
rebrand
new
one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
formula?
We've had that.
What
The
is
new
it?
formula?
That new Evan Williams
Oh,
17
so-
rebrand.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking good.
So
They
it's
up the
different.
proof.
Oh, yeah, it's
they
different.
upped
They
it
upped the
from
proof.
80 to 90.
They got the proof and the age.
Yeah.
All right. I dig it.
Tito, did you go after them then? What's going on with that?
Yeah, the gunny went and got a.
Because if not, I'll go after him because I'm the one who tipped you off to it.
Steve got a hand on that.
Nice.
The new one. We did them side by side. Yeah, way different.
Well,
We know you want to see like people evolve some of their stuff.
Y'all trying to make trouble. I gotta show up to work on top of things tomorrow. Let's just do it. Get in here, everybody. Have fun. This is Storytime after party. Let's go.
That could be the gayest thing I've ever seen.
I love the fact.
That was the whole point of it there, Ben. It was supposed to be gay. Happiness, that is. Happiness. The colloquial term of gay.
dude, you don't have flavored Knob Creek over there, do you?
No.
What is that?
That is an old school store pick, bro. With the metal badge.
No, I'm not totally sober shits. I'm just in a dog shit mood.
Oh, all
I
right.
want those.
Oh,
I can
that's-
still get them. They're on the shelf.
Yeah, that's the old single barrel.
Yeah.
That
The
one's at
120s, man.
Give it a smell. Give it a smell. That thing is fucking
That's
redundant.
got the silver on it.
Yeah.
The silver.
Yeah.
I can get those for you.
These
So,
now
one of my stores.
120, I grab them
I
as
have them.
often as I see them. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Because, it seems like they're going away and the hundreds are coming out more.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell my asshole. It smells
You know
really nice
what?
too.
You know what?
I prefer the Knob Creek.
It's 150 proof.
There's a big difference between Knob Creek and Knob Ravine.
Knob Valley.
You know
You know
what?
what,
I've got enough Knob Creek that I could go back and buy that and put it on and pull with all the Knob Creek I have.
Or I'm just going out on a limb here. You can take all.
Oh, Big Mike's
I'm gonna
in the
get
house.
water.
Ben drink LT next.
Big
That's always
Mike.
with small face. Whiskey Samurai. Samurai, what's up in the house, man? Would it be?
Samurai. Hey, Samurai, you tried any of those samples yet?
Are you gonna know because you can't read it?
You know what you need to do is have this in the what you can do is
Well,
have
there is no
this
idiots.
All right.
with a projector and a white screen up there.
I
And
didn't.
you like throw it
I
on
would-
the white screen.
Hey, Bobby. I have the sheets to finish the brick. We just didn't get it done, and I have my 65-inch TV right out in the hallway. That was supposed to go right there.
I have a white screen.
So what you're saying is,
I have a white
Projector with a screen.
Yeah.
you failed.
I did fail. I failed you all, and I'm
screen. We
sorry.
had like
I tried my best.
Hey,
What's up?
Hey, Big
what's
Mama.
up? Stop.
It's Big Mike and Little Mike.
We had 3 screens.
What's up, Zert?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, but dude, projector.
Well, we had an elementary school that
What are you
actually sold
drinking?
Everything, and they sold their food out.
Oh.
And we bought them all.
Yeah.
They're in my
Oh, hell no. Scotch? Is that
hold on.
Frog 10.
I fucked that up, didn't I?
We love when you fuck it up.
Cask strength, though. It's cool.
All right.
Look. You see that proof?
What is it? What's it say?
Dick.
No, it's too small.
Oh, Sam, guess what Samurai's drinking right now?
Obtanium.
No, I sent him home with a sample of the
Old Carter 6.
haystack needle.
I'm only on for a minute, Adriana. Then some of us have to go to bed. Look at his hair. This is like I was already in bed almost.
Yeah, look at this hair. We.
Can you see?
Obtanium Canadian.
Ooh,
Okay,
I've never seen that before.
Can you see that proof?
27-year-old, 157.5.
157.5.
Eek.
look at Stall's face.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't even barely taste above 115.
No, it's pancakes and syrup.
Can't be hotter than 114.
115.8.
Adriana, I have not taken my bra off yet.
Exactamundo.
Nice.
What's up, Ben? How was your cousin?
You were at the end. That's you right there.
It's not been a good day.
This one too.
Hey, Schlong, your balls are hanging out of your shorts.
And you know what's crazy? I don't even charge you extra for that shit.
Can you put your leg down so we don't have to see that wrinkly, hairy mess?
Shut up, man. We're putting on a shave seminar later.
We got that. What is it called? The Manscaped.
Just for story time.
Yeah.
So Samurai just asked if the 27-year-old Canadians are worth the $200.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you can get a 27-year-old Canadian,
It's way
pay
different than
200.
Canadian.
I'd pay 200 for just about any 27-year-old
Talking about
Canadian.
Yeah, I'm just saying, any 27-year-old is worth 200.
I would do it even if I split it with somebody.
Not any. By 27, they could be ridden hard and put away.
I'm saying, you're talking about this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah, that shit's good.
I mean, I'm perfectly.
Hey, what's this about you sending shits a fucking text message to come on your stream, but I get nothing?
This is actually.
Bro, you're in bed usually by this time.
Fuck you, Ludwig.
Bro.
I'm just kidding, bro. I love you.
There you go. You said fuck you. You missed out.
Put a saddle on that.
Dude, I know when Adriana is logged in as Adriana, she ain't coming on the stream.
That's true.
Shit's likes 18-year-olds.
Who doesn't?
Guys who have 10-year-old daughters.
17-year-olds?
Oh my god.
Where do we go next?
Hey, Ludwig, are you drunk yet?
No, we're working on it.
We've been very tame.
We're working on it.
Dude, my hand smells like cigar all
We
day.
had enough cigars to do it, but it's just
Yeah.
not a cigar.
The cigar really helped, dude.
You guys,
That's
you
what's
guys
so
should send Marty a package of liquid IV, and just say, "Wish you were here."
Liquid IV.
Or how about a package of napkins and everything?
Strawberry liquid.
I knew you'd be on, Adam.
Try that.
It's your fault.
Strawberry liquid IV.
I'm gonna give you 7 years.
Adam!
Wow.
Oh, hell yeah. Love that.
I love
Adriana, I've started listening to like that meditation and sleep shit on YouTube when I'm going to bed instead of Shane Long. I sleep way better.
That's not true. That's a lie.
Hey Ben,
Why
I
you-
hopped on
why you
that
gonna lie?
adventure with you, buddy.
Is it just because I'm right here?
What's up? I can't hear you. Shane's talking too much.
Are you drinking anything? Cheers,
My
buddy.
bath water. He's drinking my bath water.
Dude, he farts in that bath.
Cheers, man. Sorry you're having a shitty day, buddy.
Yeah, such is life.
Hey, your health is good though, Ben. You're like turning
Don't
it
know.
around.
Still don't have answers. I mean,
True friends, Adriana, hop on live to
the results I got so far are good, but the most intensive tests. Well, I guess the Holter's more intensive than an echo, but you know, the thing that actually like physically looked at the heart, that I haven't gotten the results of. Which, if they're taking 3 to 4 days to give me those results, I gotta figure they're okay. Because if they're not,
Look, I think they're waiting until Christmas time because it's going to basically be just like the Grinch. We're going to see your heart like this big, and then it's going to grow like a couple sizes. And we're going
just what I need to hear that I got an enlarged heart. Yeah.
no. It's
No,
not actually small.
But you have a small heart right now, Ben.
Yeah, but it's going to grow because of all the community love.
Ben, I'm gonna hug your heart bigger.
You're gonna suck my what?
He's gonna have your something. Dude.
Mouth hugs for everybody.
How's Ludwig's house? Does it smell as funky as I imagine?
So what's
it
on
smells
the?
like, it smells like a Monday morning at the glory hole. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what.
We've
that
all
is.
been there.
I love waking up looking like
Hey, what's on the schedule for tomorrow, Shane?
What's that?
Are you guys going live tomorrow?
What's on the schedule for tomorrow?
Oh,
Yeah, we're going live.
all right. So here's the schedule.
That's tomorrow.
Apparently, he's playing with his vagina. I don't know.
Go to sleep, Adriana. Go to sleep.
Yeah, sorry, Adriana. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. 8 o'clock in the morning, we head for distillery.
Are you gonna meet up with Jason from Mash and Drum tomorrow?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
No, because he's doing his virtually. Did you hear that?
Oh,
is he really?
Yeah.
What a wiener! All right,
Isn't
so
that
anyway,
hard to taste something virtually?
I mean, obviously that's what the other picks have been. Anyway, sorry, I digress. So we go to a distillery tomorrow.
Adriana, this is your next one.
We meet with the brand lady to talk about doing some things. Then we leave there and we go to Cat's Eye. So the first one we're going to is Cedar Ridge. Then the next distillery we go to is Cat's Eye. Both of those are to talk about private label.
Remind me to pour the samples.
Then we're gonna do a live at some point tomorrow night. We're gonna stay at a hotel because we're probably gonna be nice and slammered at that point. Then we'll
Klein coming in tomorrow.
Klein comes in Friday night. So Klein had a board meeting he has to attend, so he's not gonna be able to get there until tomorrow night or Friday night. So then we get up in the morning on Friday, head up to Monona, Wisconsin, and then we kind of start the whole driftless thing there. So we're gonna pick up Trombetta, Trev from the airport. Klein will be rolling in. We'll do dinner, hang out, do some stuff on a boat. And then Saturday morning, we have our actual Driftless Glen tasting pick. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool, man.
Sweet.
It's in Kentucky.
But we're going to try and pop some lives in here and there and hopefully show people kind of what's going on. Hey, good night, Tito.
In a room.
Night, Tito.
Adriana, did you see that bottle I just showed you?
Hot steam. In
Oh,
that room
Adriana's
for 4
in.
months to try to.
She gives it to
She's waiting. She's waiting to jump on. Dude.
Ah!
She's probably been waiting for
I didn't see. I was running my mouth, Adriana, and I didn't see you.
You can do emojis as names.
I know. I'm pretty excited about that. Not gonna lie.
What
That
You
is
put
pretty amazing.
middle fingers as your fucking name.
Wow.
Where's Nick Proman?
I love
Get up at
you.
4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, he's been sleeping for like 3 hours.
Yeah, seriously, at
Oh.
least. And I've been drinking for all of those hours.
Jim Morris.
As you should, Adriana. As you should.
Come on in, buddy.
I think, yeah, I saw this the Lafroig, but I can't read the straight. It's way too tiny for me.
It's the Lafroig 10 cask strength.
What's the proof?
120.2.
That sounds amazing.
Hmm?
That sounds good. Now you're talking. That's some shit I can give. I mean, I'm having the
Literally, if I'm on stream, you see the turn to the right.
Oh, Lagavulin 11, the Ron Swanson.
yeah
Offerman edition.
offer
The
man.
Hop, yeah, that's it. Hey, are you impressed that I knew that?
No, because you said the wrong name.
Yeah, you
No, it's
still
Ron
said Ron
Swanson. That's who he plays. Because on Parks and Rec, he comes in and goes,
What a case.
"You don't know Lagavulin."
Russell's
Offerman
10.
edition. Damn.
Ooh, whoa.
The bottle.
What?
I am gonna go get the Ardbeg Oogie because I just watched a fucking video. I can't remember whose it was.
You launched your Scotch channel?
Who did that video? I can't remember.
One of my three. One of my three bottles.
Might have been Whiskey Mountains.
I like you. Otherwise, two middle fingers up. Yes, art bag oogie.
Right there.
Oh, you have one,
Instead of
Adam.
you deal down, we got 2 fingers up now. I like that.
Although
That's my
I
new
don't know, like I feel like Jim Morris, he sent us some blinds to do on the Tuesday channel for the Scotch pub. I bought a kilt.
What? Aren't they
You
super
better have.
expensive?
You better.
No,
have.
I bought a cheap one on Amazon. Come on.
Oh, okay.
And
Wait,
Jim Morris sent,
was it a sexy girl Halloween costume?
Yeah.
could
yeah.
be, I'm not gonna lie, but it did ask for my measurements, and that would not have been a sexy girl measurement.
Was it a
What's up,
Catholic
Dustin?
schoolgirl outfit?
Oh,
dude.
top shelf Dustin.
What's that?
We're
Oh,
actually talking Scotch, bro.
Shut Dustin.
But Jim
Dustin.
Morris is sending us 6 sample blind of scotches that Adam and I are going to do on our Tuesday night stream next week for National Scotch Day.
oh
Only
fuck
gonna drink
yeah.
Scotch. Only Scotch.
Hey, I have that saved in my calendar. I'm gonna.
We're only drinking Scotch, and I think Jim Morris is trying to get us all like jacked up. Ken's
We're gonna
We
look
know
so
what we
dumb.
normally
I'm
do.
gonna pick like the worst Scotch as my number one for sure.
Ken said that Jim sent really good scotches, just so you know, and
Get Ugadal.
he also said we're not allowed to bottle chug Scotch.
Oh, what?
It's your
How dare
channel,
Ken
right?
told us.
It's your channel.
I have bottles. I can literally
Ooh.
bottle chug whatever I want.
Wait, Adam, have you ever bottle chugged like a peated Scotch?
No, hell no.
I think next Tuesday.
I dare
is
you
the-
to bottle
is the
chug the
day-
Oogie.
Next Tuesday's the day for it.
Call me a bitch, Mike.
No, not tonight. You have to work tomorrow.
Yeah,
Not tonight.
next
Not
Tuesday.
tonight.
Oh, look at that. There's Bobby.
He's in the background there somewhere.
Hey,
You're
Bobby's
entertaining.
chat. Oh, is Bobby there?
Yeah, he's on the side.
I keep hearing his voice.
I mean,
Oh, he's in the chat.
I didn't see a super large penis in the room, so
Oh, I see him over there.
Sorry,
That's why
Adriana.
he's hiding.
Chilling on the side
All
there.
right.
I can't.
She
I
doesn't
can't
mind
handle
him.
it, Mike.
See?
I can't handle it, Mike. I'm offended.
Nah,
Yeah, I know.
don't scroll down, Ben. Don't scroll down.
I'm the corn mix.
Speaking of,
I'm still enjoying that 14 year.
We also have Whiskey Crusaders that are going to be on Tuesday with us.
One,
Really?
one or three. We're not sure.
Nice.
I mean, they're going to stop in.
Yeah, they're doing a baseball stream with me.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Chris, have you checked your phone lately?
No.
You should look at that.
Okay.
Hey,
So
look
yeah,
at
we told them we were doing a stream on Scotch, and Matt
Oh,
got back and said, "I'll
He
do it."
already got me with one.
watch the green room too, big.
Yeah,
league.
I'm just saying you could do a full on elbow drop right now.
I'm watching the green room. I have nobody in there.
All right, Jim Morris is going to be in there in a minute.
He said he doesn't normally slum on this channel, but he'd do it for you.
Dude, we slum every week on your channel.
Hey, it's not slumming on this channel compared to ours. Make no mistake.
Adam, do you have an old elk pick?
Yeah,
It
I
is
got-
so,
His is not as good as mine.
it's so good. I have like a little bit left over from before I pour this.
Which one do you like better, the wheated bourbon or the wheat?
I haven't had the wheat whiskey.
She doesn't
I
have-
only
so
had
this-
the.
yeah. This that one that I sent you.
Oh yeah, the elf.
Liquor
That's wheat
lineup?
whiskey.
Yeah, it's a weeded whiskey 6 year.
Okay.
So I don't like the
Okay.
wheated whiskey as much as the wheated bourbon. Just so you know.
I've never had a straight wheat whiskey.
This one's just a single barrel select, but it's only 100 proof, and it's like funky. I don't know that you would like it. It's only 100 proof, and it's
Is
just
that the one I got you, Adam?
yeah. It's that straight bourbon that tastes like macaroni noodles.
But that's weird.
You taste like macaroni
No, I
noodles.
got a rye.
How do you know, Ben?
I got a 113 proof rye.
That Foco collab is really good, actually.
Yeah, it's good. I want Nick to try this actually because I don't
Oh,
think I.
sound first.
WWF.
I've heard good shit about that, Jim. Found
Weren't they
North.
just on what is it, My Bourbon Journey?
Possibly, yeah.
Jim, is that who was on My Bourbon Journey?
Who?
North whiskey. Was that them?
What was he
Oh,
just
North.
saying? I didn't even see it. He holds it up for 2 seconds.
Jim, I think your mic's off, buddy.
Close.
That's what he just smelled.
See Margaritaville right now?
Are we
I
doing
like,
this?
I like their
Adriana?
old style bottles. It's like
Yeah.
more. It's not
Oh.
squared as much.
That's what mine looks like. Wait.
Is it?
Oh. You don't get. You don't.
Oh yeah, nice.
See?
All right, Adriana.
Other one.
Well,
Oh,
Give me
it's
on now.
blending time.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah,
this one
Mike,
has
yes.
more of a- yeah, I like this style better.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Jim, you'll have to tell me what you think of that.
if there was a way to figure out how to
Actually-
get to that Knob Creek display, we would have figured it
I
out.
was actually at a tasting
I
test
love that thing
because
so
they're
much.
in Massachusetts.
We
I'm
literally
drinking-
in the parking lot trying to figure out how could this be disassembled and reassembled.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But
this
you
is
didn't
like
have
the
me
shipping
along, so you guys
process.
didn't pull it off.
But it was girthy.
I
mean,
cracked
it
this with
was
Ken on a private stream,
75
Jim.
pounds.
Nice.
It was heavy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That's
would
the
have
thing.
figured
I
out
do
how to
too.
do it.
I would have.
Honestly,
Hey, 60
I
hertz.
got the picture,
Good day.
and now I just want to make my own.
Oh, duh.
I sit there and I was like, well, they would have
That's
to like
better.
disassemble and get a brad nailer and use a brad nailer to figure out how to put it back together. But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
base, I don't know how you'd have reattached the base though. The base was like really,
Yeah,
really
dude, you just shrink wrap it to a pallet and send it to a fastener.
But I'm glad you're feeling better. You were feeling bad the other day, right?
Yeah, I'm finally feeling better. It
Did
took
you
me
have COVID,
forever.
Adriana?
No, I even went and got tested because I was worried. But even though I'm vaccinated, but no, I do not have COVID.
Dude,
Or
like
did not.
6 Yankees
know
got
two
it, and they were all vaccinated.
people in the
Exactly.
We know 2 vaccinated people in the hospital right now.
Hey, we're talking
Yeah,
about
exactly.
bourbon and rye here. Vaccinate your palate. Let's go.
No, but it was a really nice display. Shame.
I'm vaccinated also, Adriana, because I'm responsible.
We did. We went back 3 times trying to figure it out. Honestly.
Yeah, it was really.
It's super cool. I love that like y'all saw that and thought of me because it's 100.
Yeah. Hey, great stream, by the way, Adriana.
I walked out and it was sitting there and like, guys, look at this. What can we do?
Yeah, I was just skimming through the replay because I didn't get to watch it because what I was trying to say was I was at a tasting for Found North tonight.
Oh, that's how you got those bottles. So you
Yeah, 'cause
skipped me for a tasting?
I didn't even know you were going live.
Yeah, it's easy to.
But yeah, because Found North is local here in Massachusetts, and so
Oh,
the
okay.
guy that was on my bourbon journey last night, Nick Taylor, he was hosting the tasting.
Save that.
Nice.
And how
Fine,
was
Jim. I'll
Yeah,
forgive you.
they're not cheap bottles; they're over $100 each. But I did get 10% off a bottle for buying it after the tasting.
That's expensive as shit. What's so
So they're sourced whiskeys from Canada. I'm strongly suspecting they're sourcing from Alberta distillers based on something that Nick Taylor said during the tasting. So I strongly suspect this is Alberta. And there's a
I know you have.
batch 1 is a 16-year-old cast strength rye.
The bottle's over here.
Which you know Adriana won't like.
I knew I skipped that live stream for a reason.
Uh-oh.
And batch 2 is a 16-year-old cast strength whiskey. And they call it that because they can't classify it as anything else. So the mash bill is 80% corn, 19% rye, and 1% barley. And it is
bourbon not
wild
made
shit.
in the United States?
That's new for later,
Dude. Also, Whiskey Wiggle, how are you awake?
Oh, Randy was awake.
He's not in
Like,
the
I
chat
should
anymore.
not be up.
You went yapping.
I'm literally here to finish this class, and I'm.
I'm trying to tag him, and he's not in the chat anymore.
This whole thing?
Who's not in chat?
Whiskey Wiggle.
Maybe just popped in to say something.
Nice.
Old Elk ain't bad.
He was around long enough to know that we were talking Old Elk, though. So
I don't have regular
that's
turkey.
fine. I mean, he's East Coast. He should be in bed. Like, for bed.
Oh, my.
Yeah, like Bourbon and Tony, and they're always in these late ones.
Yeah. Y'all are crazy.
Top Shelf Dustin, get in here, dude. Put your shit up on the books. Let's go.
Yeah.
You can't bully people, Ludwig.
Yeah, you did.
All the tug, top
Nobody
shelf.
told him.
But you got to drink more whiskey.
But yeah, so the blinds are in the mail, and I'm crossing my fingers that Mike gets his on time because he lives out in the sticks in Colorado.
Actually, I'll probably get mine before Adam.
I was gonna say, I was
Yeah,
like,
we'll
he'll
see.
get his before Adams. Promise. Is
Well,
it
I
FedEx
sent
or UPS?
A USPS.
What's amazing is
Okay.
I sent something to the Davilars yesterday, and it's supposedly not getting there till next Wednesday.
What is it? Just one.
Yeah,
Something
Adam's
about
samples
shipping from
are
a year
scheduled for
out.
delivery on
For your
Saturday, and Mike's is scheduled for delivery on Monday. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah, mine ends up getting here ahead of schedule usually.
With a bottle of that in my jean jacket.
Hopefully.
But yeah, it should be fun.
Or you can just reschedule whatever it is, National Scotch Day or Worldwide Scotch Day. Is it Worldwide? It can't be National Scotch Day.
Yeah, and then just take an entire 3-month long tournament and just be like, yay!
Yeah, we know you're bitter about that. I'll be honest, I didn't. I
Just
tried.
gamble whatever percentage you want of it.
I was paying attention to that in the background, and then I fell asleep. I woke up after it was over.
Hey, sorry. Whiskey Wiggle. I wasn't
Oh, you're
putting
okay.
the Whiskey Wiggle. I just was trying Whiskey Wiggle.
Oh, amateur.
That's why it wasn't tagging it. So
Here's
it's fine.
Up here, just
My bad.
oh, it's not
Hey,
rocket.
Frederick.
Rockets in flight.
Afternoon delight.
As I'm still sitting here with this thing in front of me.
Whiskey Wiggle, what's going on? Eric Thompson, what's going on? What bottle?
Hey, can you just put
Definitely
Zerk
more
on the
drunk.
screen so we don't have to look at Ludwig?
Oh wow.
Is Zerk a real
Yep, we
person?
can do that all day long, dude.
Is Zerk
So-
real?
We tried this today. Okay, everybody gives Jepson shit.
No,
This
that's
is 5-year MGP.
That's Scott.
And
I tried this.
$40.
Sucked.
Yep, $40 at 119.9.
Amazing.
Amazing. Got a cool tater, Froya, who doesn't like a little pagan god. So, but this is low rye MGP, and Jepson's actually owns 500 barrels right now that they're ricking in their warehouse that they bought. Surprisingly, that was one of our top pours tonight.
Yeah.
And we were all over the spectrum from EC18 when we tried some Yellowstone 115. We had a what was my New Richmond or Borders? I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah, I don't
But
remember.
either one was a 6-year, 126 proof. We had some, we had all kinds of stuff. This was the star of the night. Easily. Like when we walked out of the place, I'm not going to lie. You got four guys that walked out of the place with 6 bottles. It was legit. It was absolutely legit. And we're, Jepson is doing it right because they don't do a single thing. They've done some finishing. When they do finishing, they proof down, but otherwise their barrel picks are barrel strength, MGP, and they have low rye compared to Smooth Ambler. Smooth Ambler has the high rye, which is all the 36% rye. So this is one of the first companies throwing down consistent 21% low rise.
So what are they doing? Just blending?
No, they're not doing anything. They're single barrels.
So what is the point
It's
in their
5-year MGP. Oh, look here.
Does the MGP have its own brand now? I don't understand why Jepson needs to do this.
Well,
everybody still sourcing from them.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, like most time people like source and then they like blend it or finish it or all of the above or do some weird ass shit with it. Like I don't
Not
understand
everybody.
the point in sourcing just to stick it into a bottle. It's like why
Yeah.
are you a thing?
Jepson used to be called CH Distillery, and they put out spirits under CH that were all MGP. And now they've moved over to Jepson and went for the higher age spirits and trying to do the same model as Smooth Ambler by buying a bunch of. They're doing it at 5 years so they can start right away. But Smooth Ambler started buying theirs at 2 and 3 year and aging them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you get the different years with Smooth Ambler. Theirs is the high rye. Jepson is buying the low rye, which is the 21%. I'll tell you what, as it sits there and you let it open up, it gets better every couple minutes. It really develops and gets better. Like the first pour was fantastic. The nose was good, but it got better the more it opened up over 5 minutes, 10 minutes and on, which was surprising. I didn't expect it, but for a $40 bottle, this is a fucking sleeper.
You know what didn't get better as it sat out? It might be my new chat. Might be my new Chattanooga.
Nice.
Oh, Clyde Mays?
Really? You didn't like the Clyde Mays one, did you?
Mays regular?
Do you remember the one at my place that you tried?
Yeah, because I was very drunk. I know I did try it. But
I think it's totally different juice though. I think that's
it is.
maybe their own stuff, and the one that I have is MGP.
Yeah, I've got one from like a different style bottling. It was delicious. Also,
So I
if you
don't
have
like
gnats,
apple cider or
if you have
apple
gnats,
cider
it's the
vinegar.
greatest thing ever. You just put a little like drop in the glass and set it out, and all the gnats fly right to it and die.
That makes sense. It's basically horse urine in a bottle.
No, it was delicious bourbon with like some apple notes.
It's just to me, it's all like apple cider vinegar, basically.
That's not. Yeah, you've got a completely different whiskey.
I don't like it.
Like you could not have drank the one I had and think apple cider. Like there's no way.
This one is very much apple cider.
Their quality's clearly gone down. So that's very good.
This one,
It's a different bottle.
Oh no! So what you've got there, shits? That's a light whiskey. That's not their Alabama
it's
bourbon.
corn whiskey. Yeah,
That's MGP light whiskey.
yeah.
Those are
Gotcha.
delicious.
Totally different. Totally different.
And those are delicious.
Does that still say Alabama style on the
Yeah,
No, it does.
thing?
No, I don't think it does. Really? Say it.
Throw an
It
apple
does,
in
yeah.
there.
So
Really?
Yeah.
Do they still finish with a hint of apples?
Delicious.
Gotcha.
So
Uh,
Bourbon thinks they literally throw an apple through the pour as it's coming out of the barrel.
And that's their hint of
No,
apples?
I think they just stand on the other side of the room and throw an apple at the barrel.
Just like, yeah.
And then
here we
call
go.
it, and then you could call it Alabama style.
Yeah,
No, this
but the
tasted
one I
like
had,
apples died in it.
See, what's weird is I had originally heard those were MGP bourbon that they just threw an apple at, not light whiskey.
well, no. So what Shits has is their cast strength.
Mhm.
I do. They are MGP light whiskey.
I think it might be a blend of MGP bourbon and light whiskey. I'm not sure.
I've had two
It
of them.
tastes like
I
light
can-
whiskey, but I think they proof it down too, though, because it's only 120.
Well, they're proofing it to 120.
yeah, they do. But no, I've had two of those. I would bet a lot of money that it's less than 5% anything except light whiskey.
Yeah,
They've got a little touch, whatever.
but
what-
it's delicious. That's
But what
all.
Adriana's got though, that's a new
crap.
bottle. The old bottle of the 110s were really good, and I mean like really good.
Whiskey wiggle.
Like those old 110s were awesome. That sucks that they've gone.
Well, that's what I said earlier tonight.
Yeah, I don't like
When Grease said his
that's your
cousin
thing,
was
right?
watching,
That's
I said
Mississippi
his
style.
cousins- No, I said
Mississippi style.
when Grease tonight said his cousins, he had two cousins watching. I said it was two cousins and two ex-girlfriends, and they were the same two people.
That's pretty random, Samurai.
On his roof?
Fixer, it didn't happen.
That's awesome.
But did any
I
of
like
you
that he
guys have
said
the?
a live fox running around. It's like, well, we didn't think it was a dead fox running around his roof. That'd be
Yikes!
That's a whole other story.
I don't want a fox on my roof.
dead or alive.
I especially want it not dead.
Yeah.
That's how you wake up one day and you've got like freaking like gnats and like weird like worms and stuff falling through your vents.
And then you give them all your Clyde Mays because this bottle is
Well, so did anybody here? Have you guys had the old Clyde Mays bottles? Like, because what she's got is a very different new bottle. The one I had was like a clear bottle, similar pattern, but like it was clear. And I'm telling you, if you didn't like that bottle, you probably just aren't gonna like American whiskey. Like it was very easy drinking, but very sweet, very pleasant. It was bourbon with it had a hint of apple, but it was a hint.
This is not a hint. This
And
is apple
there was
cider.
no vinegar. There was nothing like that. It was like just a good bourbon with a little bit of like something different.
Yeah, Adam, I will give you whenever we actually. I should give something to Will.
Just got on.
I just want to give all. Not that Nick has. I don't know if Nick has even tried it or if he likes it or not. I just want it out
Nice,
of my
Chris.
home.
Pass
I
it
was-
along to me, Ben.
I almost like fell out of my chair when I saw the secondary on those things.
Here's
Yeah.
your
Adriana,
Was
I
it
got
Russell's
some samples
13?
for you, too.
Nice.
13.
Yeah.
That one's been kind of polarizing.
Gary Franchi.
I saw somebody sell. I saw those go for
It's
$250.
sitting in a warehouse, Adriana.
250.
Trying to
I
figure
got
out
this
this
one
machine.
for $4. It's stupid.
You paid $4?
Long middle finger.
$4. Hey,
I'm just
yesterday.
trying to figure out how to flick off.
You guys want to hear the ultimate?
You were doing a
shit
just
show.
fine job. Good fine. That's fine. Yeah.
$4
There we go.
for that?
That's
You got
big.
to turn it around.
Yeah, hell.
There
The
we go.
ultimate shit show yesterday.
Is that Zerk?
E.H. Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah, E.H. Taylor.
Hi.
Warehouse C.
Hey.
Razzled for 5.5K.
People are idiots.
What?
There
And then it went. Guys started posting it in Chicago in secondary. It went for 3,200 today, and then 2,800.
I'll give you a break.
It's a
I-
10-year. It's a 10-year small batch of 10 barrels from Warehouse C.
Aren't all E.H. Taylors from Warehouse C?
Yeah, you got that exactly right.
Hey, say hello to Gary Franchi.
What's up,
Franchise.
franchise?
Yay, yay.
So it's a younger than average E.H. Taylor because most
Yeah.
single barrels are like 11-ish generally.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, we have a store here, a store slash bar, because they have a bar involved with the store, and they've been selling it for $11 a pour, 1 ounce pour, and we have guys spending $5,000 on this shit. So I'm sitting here, I got an Amaranth God of the Grains.
Oh, that
I'm
was
like,
not good.
I know it's not, but you know what? It's old, so shit. Somebody's got to buy it.
Yeah, have you had it, Chris?
Hey.
Have you had the Amruth?
What's
Chris?
up?
What up?
Who's your boyfriend behind you, Eric?
Kirby in the house.
Here. Adriana, you can't leave now.
RIP 17.
As I'm like,
RIP 17.
Yeah.
Daniel Kerber. Wow.
I went in the lab at 6 a.m. today.
Dang.
From
Full house here.
Eric, who's your girlfriend?
Oh, Eric's got a buddy.
It's open, boys and girls.
Is this your future ex-husband?
No,
Eric,
it's a
he
client.
can hear you.
I think it's a client.
Nice, Adam.
I'm excited to get into this.
Hey,
I'm
Dustin,
sitting down for this.
Yep.
we definitely got to figure something out instead of just talking about it because we're not that far apart. I literally drove to Wisconsin.
Yeah, definitely, man. We should. Yeah, next couple weeks are going to be kind of busy for me with work, but definitely should.
Yeah, well, we know how to get hold of each other. We'll just talk on Discord or whatever.
Yep, sounds good, man.
Beautiful people.
Yeah, this
There you go.
whole run, interesting. Pretty fucking interesting. Cincinnati.
Oh, what's up, beautiful people?
That's
Hey,
that.
Eric.
Daniel Kerber, when did you get in here?
I've been here.
You have?
Sneaking in.
Yeah, like
That's
for
fine.
2 hours. Where have you been?
Back there, I think.
Probably so.
This is like malted.
God, look at all those drunks in Big League Bourbon's page. Look at all of them.
Anybody had any of these Foregate
There's
toasted
a
barrel
ton of
picks?
alcoholics over in Big League Bourbon's
Nope.
page.
What's it called?
Oh,
Dustin?
Mike is gone. I feel like Mike has.
This is just like it's a store pick. They've started doing store picks with their toasted barrels.
Oh, is that a
Oh,
Kelvin
wow.
collaboration?
So it is a Kelvin barrel, but it's not as good as those collaborations. Those collaborations.
Oh,
are,
okay.
This is just a toasted regular barrel, but it is a Kelvin barrel that they toasted in.
I've just had I think Kelvin 1 and 2, and they're really good. But
Oh my god, I've probably spent $1,000 on Kelvin ones, and I should have bought more Kelvin twos.
Jeez. Are those Kelvin collaborations? Are those where they do shit to the wood along with toasting it, or no?
So what they're doing, so with Kelvin Collaboration 1, it was 11-year-old Barton whiskey bourbon, cask strength, that they put into a former sherry cask that then matured rum, and they then put it in there. I think it was 6-9 months or so maturation, and boy, oh boy, did it really take on a beautiful like sherry with like a little bit of like a rum funk kind of note to it.
Oh, okay.
And 11-year-old bourbon going in, so it was almost a 12-year bourbon when it came out, and it was about $200 retail, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
Collaboration 2 was most likely like a 10-ish-year-old Wild Turkey, where they used a very similar barrel. And then batch 3 was 7-year Heaven Hill and 11-year Barton blended together. And they finished it in a PX cask that had been used then got rum put in it. And that one took on like some really, really cool notes.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
yeah,
I kind of love this whole like, I don't know, like rum being involved. I feel like I'm kind of into some, but I don't have enough experience with it. But it's like
rum is generally,
I feel
I
like
would
rum
recommend
does
not
something nice.
buying whiskey that has had rum in it as part of the finishing. That said, there are definitely exceptions where rum really works well.
Yeah.
Most rum ones don't work. Like most kind of suck.
It's so funny because like I mean I haven't had many, so for me it's like the Angels and the this barrel dovetail.
Barrels
I actually
dovetails
just
are
tried that
great.
today,
Mhm.
and it's really good. And I've had a couple of peated scotches that one of their
What?
finishes were rum, and they were good.
I'm definitely not going to tell you that rum's a bad thing always by any means, but it is more hit or miss, and it's more polarizing. I think polarizing might be the better term.
Yeah.
But
Adriana, did you like the dovetail? Bless you, Eric.
No, it's
Sorry.
too late for that, but thank you.
Adriana, did you like the dovetail?
Yeah, it was funny because it was one that when I first poured it, I was kind of disappointed, but then as it opened up, I got really into it.
Dovetail's
Done it
amazing.
for a while.
Yeah, it's
and,
funny how it changes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I was chatting with Will Henderson, about it afterwards, and like he was saying, like it's its backpacking journey on its own. Like that would actually be a really cool thing because it just changes so much. Yeah, Adam. Yeah, I'll bring that over.
Yeah, Dovetail and Seagrass, both Dovetail and Seagrass are amazing blends. That's what I love about Barrel more than anything, is their ability to blend whiskeys in such a way that it doesn't subtract from each of the individual whiskeys they blended. It's amazing. I think it's amazing. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
What is that?
you're never wrong if you enjoy it.
And that's true. I agree. The best whiskey in the world is the whiskey I enjoy right now, the way I enjoy it.
Exactly.
That said,
Anybody know?
I hate buying any barrel product unless I can try it first because they're polarizing for me. Some are good, some aren't, and I want to drink it first because I don't want to just throw out $70 and be like, eh.
Yeah. This is our
70.
first ever barrel product, so
Yeah, Barrel's like 90.
Yeah. $89.99. Most of what I see.
Yeah, Barrel is $88 to $91 a piece, each one, except for their
Infinity.
Barrel. Infinity's the only one that's around 60.
Right.
I don't look at prices that closely, to be honest with you. I'm really
Eric,
bad about that.
Eric, you
That's the
said
one
you
I've
like
heard the
that
worst about.
seagrass, right?
It's under
I
300.
love
just don't care.
Seagrass. I think
Boy,
Seagrass is one of the best ryes in the world.
That is crazy how that tastes.
It's
That
amazing.
seagrass is really, really. My first taste of it, I thought, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And then my second one, it got better. My third one, it got better. It was just,
And by my fifth one, it was gone.
oh man.
That's the problem. That's the problem with Seagrass is Seagrass, by the time you get to the point where you're like, oh my God, this is like one of the best ryes I've ever had in my life, it's all gone. You're like, what did I do with it? What was wrong with me? Why didn't I save this? But it's an amazing rye. And so is Dovetail. Dovetail's an amazing blend of bourbons.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know there's a lot of purists in this world, but I think that we need to start looking at those guys who blend really well and say, this is a bourbon. You're right. It's blended. It's finished, but it's still a bourbon.
It still carries a lot of bourbon notes. It just has
Amen.
a complexity that stays interesting as you drink, as opposed to like, certain ones, you drink it, the first couple sips are good, and then it becomes, it just flattens out. Like you don't really, the complexity doesn't continue kind of thing. But like this one, it's changing over time. The complexity is there, and with every single sip, you can be like, ooh, that's a little bit, what am I getting in this sip? It keeps capturing your attention, which I think is why, I'm really, I just started it, dug into it today, but
Barrel's Dovetail is an amazing blend of bourbons, and I think that we need to get away from the purist point and say this is worth something to look at.
I mean, they're charging like everybody thinks it's worth it, so
I think it's worth it.
it's a hefty price on it, but no, it is worth it. Like, I'd rather pay this than for Booker's.
This is my buddy Fan behind me. Fan, this is.
That's really good.
This is Adam. This is Adriana. This is Jim. Jim drinks a lot of whiskey. A whole
Hey.
bunch
I
of
like the Jim
more
one.
than everybody else.
Me and
Jim
Adam,
drinks
we
a
barely
shit
drink
ton.
at all.
I don't.
I'm just
Adam's
kidding.
more of a cocktails guy.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Adam barely drinks anything. And then there's sausage party here. This right here. This is the Grateful Dead. Only he's not dead.
I believe it. Hey, what's everybody drinking?
Not drinking anything right now.
Wild Turkey
Who is it?
101
Who
right
said
here.
that? Jim?
I was getting ready to go to bed when I saw you guys were on.
Yeah.
Babe, I just finished my Lagavulin, so I'm going to bed.
Nightcap.
Lagavulin, Adriana.
The Offerman, the Guinness
Okay, cool.
Offerman edition.
Okay,
It's
cool.
good. Kind of.
Adam, what is it?
I kind of like that, even though it's lower proof than everything else I've been drinking. It
What are you
still
drinking?
sticks out with that
What are you
flavor.
drinking,
It's
Adam?
got a nice finish on it. It really lingers and lasts.
Yeah, I dig it. So.
What are you drinking, Adam?
A121 ECBP.
Okay.
good choice.
That's not bad. That's not a bad
Adam,
choice.
which do you like more, A121 or B521?
I don't know. That's the last two that I had, and I'm kind of.
I like
I think A121 probably.
Hey,
I
for
like
sure. For sure.
C919.
Well, yeah, but
That's my jam.
if you're having to decide between A121 and B521, you don't get to say C91. I like C920 is probably my favorite.
A21's way better, Adriana, in my opinion. The B is a little easier to drink, but it doesn't taste like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
See,
I can see that. I just think A121.
I guess
Oh,
that's my problem.
B517?
I think that the
And
518 521
Yeah, those are Tony Tutos.
gets robbed.
I recognize the
because
handwriting.
it's lower proof, and I think
The same sample.
we shouldn't say lower proof makes it worse because it's still 118 proof.
It's not
Right,
worse
it's
because it's
okay.
lower proof. It doesn't taste like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. It doesn't have the. It's not on profile.
Adriana, cut that out.
The oak is lower. The sweetness is
hard.
lower. It doesn't have the chocolates. It doesn't have the deep caramels. It's just it's an easy drinking whiskey that doesn't fit the profile. It's not just proof.
No, I agree. It doesn't fit the profile. I think I just like its own unique profile that it has, and I'm not even saying that I like it more than A121.
No,
A121 is very much one I need to revisit, and I
Well,
have
and I
more
agree
of
with
it,
that.
but
I think it's a really good bourbon. It's just it's not Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. It doesn't,
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
not
taste
what
like a
you
Heaven
think that
Hill
would be.
product when you first taste it.
Yeah, it's very just like woody, nutty,
Maybe Ben.
not like I feel like I get cherry often on ECBPs. I don't really get any cherry on the B521.
Has no cherry and has no dark chocolate.
no, there's
Yeah,
no cherry or dark
yeah.
chocolate, but
And those are staples of a good Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs. It has no tobacco
Right.
either.
Yeah.
That
But
said,
I'm
I mean,
having-
I would drink it all night, man. If somebody was pouring it for free,
Go.
go.
Right? Oh my god, yeah. Fuck
Good.
yeah.
It's still good bourbon. It's just, but like when you buy an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, also the fact that the MSRP for a lot of us went up $10 for this
Right.
most recent
$70.
batch.
$70.
Yeah. Like that's the other thing is like the quality I think went down a bit. It tastes like a
At
younger
the same time
bourbon,
that the price went up.
and the
yeah.
price went up. It's like come on.
Yeah.
Places here want 80 to 120 a bottle now.
F that shit.
Yeah, but you know if you don't make 200,000 where bourbon lives, you're basically in poverty.
That's
You're
true.
not kidding.
Yeah, that Chris Ludwig guy really sucks.
Like
I agree.
Oh,
said
they
that?
do know they're still on. Okay. I was just a little worried something funky might start happening. in there.
Yeah. Suck my destiny.
Nice.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
well done.
Fuck yourself.
Dusty's.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to bed.
Good night, miss.
good night. Good night,
Cut
Adriana.
that out.
So, Ben, I hope tomorrow your day's better.
Yeah, I'm heading to bed in a minute.
Bye. Aha, yes! See, you should also go to bed.
I'll tell you what.
Was that the old small
I need to get a sample of that Russell's 13 to compare to the Saffel. I want to find out which is better, head to head, 1-on-1.
I don't
This
have
has-
a Staffel, but I have an old Rippy.
Because this has well, this is a fairly recent Wild Turkey release.
Mhm.
Wild Turkey release, I know, with bourbons up to 13, 14 years old. So I'd like to see
I
how
have
that
the
compares.
complimentary bottle, the old Rippy they called it.
I saw the old Rippy a few times. I passed on it because I didn't know enough about the.
It's the twin to the Saffel. Supposedly they're like sister bottles.
I know they are, but like I also had the Bond and Lillard, which was basically undrinkable shit.
Yeah, that
What's the proof on it, Dustin?
We're at 53 and a half.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where I put that old Rippy
So it's
bottle.
up from 101, but it's still.
Maybe that's
Not really
107.
touching rare breed in that.
And it sat like right next to me.
It's
for
not
very
cast
long
drink, but
time.
again, this has got a good healthy portion of like 13 or 14-year-old Wild Turkey. So I mean, it's got some age to it.
So
And these run.
the Russell 13s are like 114 proof. Is that right?
That sounds reasonable. I think that's about right.
The Saffels are still on the shelf here.
Really?
Really?
So yeah, they're still on the shelf here at one store, and they're like $48 for this little 375.
Mhm.
And that's the only way they ever sold it. They only sold it.
for 2 for $50.
Wait, you can get them for 2 for $50.
Yeah, yeah.
You get
I'll
the
take a case.
send
Okay.
me some, Chris.
I will go check as soon as we get back. I will check
I'll
and
take
see if they
two.
still
I'll
have
take
it.
two.
I'll take
I
some.
mean, at that price, I mean, Jesus,
$2?
Jesus, shit.
Kroger wants some.
I call dibs.
I'll take a case.
Dibs.
I'll take 2.
Nobody else called dibs.
I'll be
I
honest.
called dibs.
Also, I did
Does that mean
validate
anything?
yesterday. This actually makes an incredible bourbon and Coke as well. Just FYI.
No shit.
What bottle is that you're holding up there, Dustin?
It's a WF Saffel. So
Okay.
it's a sourced turkey, but when they made this, Jimmy Russell actually put this blend together for them.
He did because they failed at all their own blends.
Yes, yes. The Bond and Lillard is literally like drinking dirt, and I wanted to kill myself drinking it. I bought it thinking like, well, the same guys did it. I know it's not as good, but it's not going to be that bad. And it was on sale for like $30.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was undrinkable. Like, I mean, undrinkable. I don't mean like it's bad. I don't mean I'm a whiskey snob and I'm a jackass. I mean,
No, it's not drinkable. You're right.
I'd rather drink Jim Beam White all day. Jim Beam
Oh.
Black is like night and day. Like that's
Before Jimmy
premium
Russell
bourbon next to that shit.
blended them for Campari. They were horrible, and that's why they couldn't sell them.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
it
gonna
smells
hop out.
beautiful.
I gotta get some
Jimmy
sleep,
Russell
guys.
asked me to blend them.
Later, Adam.
Yeah, I'm bringing up soon.
Night, Adam.
Oh, this is not the best wild turkey you'll ever smell, nose, and drink, but it's really well done, really good, and
He's doing the samples.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
really well done.
I'm just doing Wild Turkey 101, and I always think this is one of the best ones ever.
Yeah, but the sap. I'll tell you what. Me and the guy who do the sap. He's such a turkey fan.
Yeah.
And we have all that stuff. And you know what? It's funny.
I did hear last night Mash and Drum picked up a wild turkey gold foil 1989.
Well,
I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't know if I'll be able to get a pour from him for that one or not. But I'm pretty sure I will.
an 89 gold
And-
foil?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's the most expensive bottle he now owns.
Cheesy gold foil.
What did that
Very
cost?
cheesy.
It was 4 figures.
Oh,
Wow.
4 figures.
Yeah.
He's doing out.
Well, the thing is though, like the cheesy gold foils, like, the '90s ones are not as highly regarded, and they're going to run you close to 4 figures. And if you go back to like '70s or early '80s, they're 3, 4, 5,000. Wow. And the '89 is highly regarded, and those can still go for just over $1,000. So I think that's kind of his value point. I mean, I'm sure it's better than the Pappy Van Winkle. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No matter.
Pappy's entire reputation has been run up.
Well, the thing is, what blows my mind is that Pappy earned its reputation based on Stitzel-Weller distillate, and it was an incredible whiskey. And then they started producing it at Buffalo Trace, and it's still an incredibly solid, good whiskey. Maybe even very good. But Buffalo Trace does not do a very good job of aging their bourbons past 15 years.
Who's watched Heist?
I haven't. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
I watched both episodes of Heist.
Both episodes of both seasons.
No, both episodes.
Oh, the
Only one
Papier
season.
thing, yeah.
But I mean, I think that Pappy. I think this has helped drive Pappy even further up in value. Because now we all got to believe that somehow it was better than it was.
Well, I mean, so this is pretty funny. So most of my coworkers know I am a whiskey fan, and I've even told a lot of them about my YouTube channel, stuff we do, and all that other fun stuff. And for some reason, because I like Scotch, I'm the Scotch guy, which blows my mind given the fact that I own more bourbon than I own Scotch, and I'm just like,
I own one bottle of bourbon.
now I've spent a lot more money on Scotch than I have bourbon, but in terms of bottles, I still buy more bourbon because it's more economical.
I own one bottle of Scotch. I own a bunch of bottles of bourbon.
Yeah, and then it's fun. But so anyway, my boss like, well, you're mostly a Scotch guy, and I'm like, no, when I talk to bourbon guys, I also bring up Scotch because I like them both. And she's like, yeah, so I got my husband for his 40th a Blanton's. And she goes, I think I overpaid for it. And I was like, okay. And then, she's like, yeah, Melissa said I should have asked you. And I'm like, yes, you should ask me if you were trying to get a fairly easy to get bottle of bourbon and not overpay. She paid $200 on the Blanton's.
Jeez.
For a normal Blanton's or for a gold?
No, normal Blanton's.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, she got taken for a ride.
I hate that. I hate that people are able to fool other people into paying for a sub-100 proof Blanton's. They're paying for the mule on top.
Yeah, the horsey.
No,
well, she's not even paying for the mule. She's paying because she knows Blanton's is popular and she knows her husband would like to have a bottle. It wasn't. Yeah. It's none of that. It's the fact that she doesn't know anything. And then she was like, and then she goes, "Well, how much? What are those retail for?" And I was like, 55 to, in stupid states, maybe 70.
70, 69.
Depending on availability.
In the state of Ohio, it's $55 retail.
And I'm gonna tell you, I do.
And I was, and she's like, I thought it was $100 bottle. I'm like,
no.
And I was like, yeah, if you told me, I could have at worst gotten you for $120. And truth be told, I would have just picked her up one for retail. I would have just gone and picked them up. I'd have gotten it for less than $65. I was just like, here you go. I like her husband. He's a cool guy. And my boss worth the equity to go and like call a favor in. But I'd have had her one for less than $75 after tax and everything. She paid $200. I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think Blanton's, Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace, Basil Hayden, all of those are way overrated. They're good introductory level bourbons. I'm not saying they're bad, but somehow all of those bourbons have gotten this mystique of being a special bourbon, and they're not.
I'll be honest. As a guy who basically does nothing but runs a YouTube channel where we drink almost nothing but $100+ whiskey,
yeah,
I still love Eagle Rare. That's one of my like that's one of those bourbons that every time I get a bottle, which is almost never because I won't pay a premium for it, but I love that bottle and I drink them so fast because to me, Eagle Rare is what bourbon should taste like. Like that's like the standard. That's your basic bitch bourbon.
But compare Eagle Rare to Elijah Craig 94. I think Elijah Craig 94 is a better bottle of bourbon. I just think it is. I think it's better than Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare is a great introductory bourbon, but Elijah Craig, the 94 proof, is better. It tastes better.
I disagree 100%.
Okay.
And no, again,
and you're not wrong.
And yeah, I mean, again, this is just personal taste. But for me, one, I like the taste of older bourbon. Simple, in beginning end, I think I like older bourbons better. And the 10-year does taste like it's got more time and maturity because it does. Number two, I like the oak profile of Buffalo Trace up to about 15 years better than Heaven Hill. Just, again, personal preference. I like it. I do think Heaven Hill's distillate and mash bill creates a more unique, fun, interesting, complex flavor. But I think Heaven Hill really is hit and miss, and I think the Elijah Craig is, for me, back when they had the 12-year. Now, those I think would have been really, that's a tough one. 12-year Elijah Craig versus
the old 12-year was really
Eagle
good.
Rare 10. I probably would tell you the Eagle Rare is better. The Eagle Rare is my preference, but the Elijah Craig is better bourbon.
Yeah.
The Elijah Craig, those 94s, I get off notes on about half the bottles I've had. Now, picks, some of the picks I've had, oh dear God, the picks get way better than. And Eagle Rare picks are never special. I've never had an Eagle Rare pick that was just like, oh my God. But again, that's all preference. You know, again, I understand why you would prefer the Eagle Rare because it has more going on. But to me, it has more off, slightly flawed notes, which I would argue are objectively, you may like those off, flawed notes on some of those. And that's cool. I mean, again, if you don't mind some of like the astringency of the alcohol at the younger age on the Elijah Craig, that's totally cool because I think that's a normal thing. A lot of people enjoy subtle, slightly young notes. They don't like young notes. Whereas the Eagle Rare has none of that. It has no flaws. What it lacks is depth of character.
I think that Woodford as far as an introductory level bourbon, which is what I think Eagle Rare is. I think Woodford's a better overall bourbon as far as an introductory level bourbon than Eagle Rare is. I think if you blinded Eagle Rare and Maker's Mark and Eagle Rare, I think Eagle Rare would finish second or third every time among new bourbon drinkers.
You could be right, but I mean, Makers and Woodford have a lot of sharp, acidic youth notes that, depending on if you pick them up or not, I think would be pretty problematic for a lot of, especially younger, newer bourbon drinkers, because Eagle Rare doesn't have that sharpness because of the 10 years, whereas Makers and even Woodford Reserve, which are both well known for their smoothness, they have some sharpness to them. I'm not saying you're wrong either. I'm just saying, like, I remember those whiskeys as I was new to bourbon, and I remember like the sharpness on those, especially from back then. I haven't had a Makers in so long. Makers to me is almost vomit-inducing. I hate it. I can't drink Makers, but that's not.
I like Maker's Cask Strength. I think the Maker's Cask Strength, all of those, the FAE and the one before FAE, I think those were all amazing. And I think that if
I'm just talking the regular, basic $20 Makers.
Yeah, and I'm not a real fan of those either.
I've never had the actual official Maker's Cask Strength. It's one I want to try, but I don't want to buy. So
they're good, and so's the 46 Cask Strength. 46
I do like because I like the French oak notes. That makes okay.
46 cask, 46 is good.
I like 46. My favorite. Now the FAE and all those like special bottles they've done that I've had, I didn't appreciate it.
I like
for the price.
Speaking of for the price, Kentucky Owl Batch 3, completely unimpressive.
Really?
Agreed. Wait. Bourbon or rye?
The rye?
Yeah.
God, I almost spent $209 on a bottle of Batch 3.
I was being offered a trade with it, and I I'm glad I had a sample laying around that I had never tried.
Is that the
I
10 or 11 year bourbon?
I think it's the 11.
Yeah, so I had one of those. I mix it in Coke.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
2 weeks ago, I almost spent $209 on the Kentucky Owl Rye batch
I can
3.
get batch 2 for 150.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do it.
I paid like 150 for the batch 3, and I was disappointed as hell.
Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't spend the money I was thinking about spending.
It's flavorful, but it's hot. It burns. It's not. It has.
It's not really pleasant.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, bourbon though, legitimately put like 20% Coke into that thing. You don't have to like kill it, and it complements Coke gorgeously. It's like I'll be honest, I've never done rye and Coke really because I don't mix that often. But I had it one night and I was like, I don't want to finish drinking. I had like this much in a glass and I'm like, I don't want to drink this. And I just ordered a pizza and I had a 2 liter of Coke and I'm like,
What's the percentage on the rye on that? What is that
I don't know.
I don't think they disclose because it's a blend.
95.5 or is it lower
just
than that?
thank God for samples.
I don't think they disclose it, Derek, because it's a blend.
Okay. I like 95, like MGP's always putting out 95.5 ryes, and I think they're amazing.
MGP's the best rye maker. Hell, MGP's probably the best distillery in America.
Bourbon, yeah, I agree.
They're probably the best distillery in America.
Want to see some of the best MGP you'll ever see? Right here, with a Chris Ludwig sticker on it, no less.
Backbone bourbon.
Backbone bourbon.
This is
Never had
a 137 proof, single barrel, double barrel pick.
Doesn't say nope.
I will put money on it. This stands up against 10, 12-year MGP all day long.
Unless that was just the fucking best honey barrel ever. I've had a bunch of backbones and they all sucked.
No, this is insane. It's insane. You know HBR has a huge MGP collection, right?
I don't trust HBR's palate at all, but okay.
Okay, but he calls it the best one he's had. It's insane. This bottle, I was on the pick. My name's on it. So I can send you a sample next time I bust one open. This shit is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to try it, man. I'll give
It
it
was literally a
fair
barrel. They
review. But
outside. I thought it was empty. And
I'd be more likely to trust a pick where bourbon or ADHD or any of the people.
Ludwig's had it.
I think I would trust.
Ludwig, have you
I know I trust bourbon.
Mine's on the way.
Oh, okay.
He's shipping on mine.
Dustin doesn't believe it's that good.
I know I'd trust you, bourbon, and I know I'd trust most of the people on all of these that are on regularly.
The only MGP I would say bourbon that I had that's better than this bottle was the Fat Unicorn Old Scout Pick, which is basically legendary. It's $1,000 value now.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, again, I've had a lot of backbone stuff, and their barrels that I've tried were just shit.
I'll send you a sample. This one's crazy.
Yeah, man, I'd love to try it.
I've had other backbones that aren't that great either. This one, I had the same day. I was in Kentucky, and I had a flight of 10, 11, and 12-year Old Scouts and OKIs. And this straight up was right with them, if not above them.
You know, you have me wondering what my favorite MGP bottle I have is right now. That's a
tough one.
Yeah.
I can do that.
I mean, I'm a little biased on this bottle, but it's insane.
Rendezvous Rye, before they started putting their own mixture in there.
I don't know what your MGP collection looks like.
My Rendezvous Rye from High West, that is a good, because it's a 95.5 MGP, and I love it. It's got all the flavors I like. in a rye. I like high rye I like high rye ryes. I like 95.5 ryes.
I can tell you this: if I pick my favorite MGP, it will not be a rye.
That's true. You know what I want?
Oh, you know what? You know what's funny is if I actually pick my favorite MGP, it's not going to be a cast strength MGP.
Really? What would
Thank-
It's going to be?
Sorry. Okay.
You know what? I'm going to do something crazy here. I'm going to open a bottle for you guys that I thought I wasn't going to open for another couple of years. So
Don't open it, dude.
It's entirely up to you.
Justin the Alice Killer.
Get us, Alice. Get it, Alice Killer. Get it,
Urban
Justin.
Baller. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Bowler?
Ben, when will you find more of your results?
Whenever they call me. I had an echocardiogram on Monday, and I had blood work last week. The blood work results are in. I know how to read them. I know I'm okay on the blood work. But as far as the echocardiogram, who the hell knows? I'm going to call the office tomorrow and ask what's going on, because if there's anything negative in it,
Widow Jane.
Oh,
Widow Jane.
13.
Lucky 13.
yeah.
That pick is a good pick.
Well, who's pick is it?
it's the master distiller. So for all these Widow Jane 13s, she individually picked every barrel that went into this. And each barrel she proofed down to a different proof.
I have a lot of Lucky 13s.
And this particular one, I don't know what in the heck they did. And I'll tell you what, again, I'm a cast strength guy, and this one they brought down to less than 50%, which usually for me doesn't,
I've got to remember on it, on a 13-year-old MGP, it could have been only 1 or 2% proof points higher. It could have been 96, 97.
Yeah, but this particular one showed up in Kentucky. One of my guys told me about it. I bought 6, 7 bottles. I had a few friends who I sold them to at cost, of course. I mean, I didn't charge anything for them. And then I bought a couple for myself. And
that's a nice dark. That's a nice dark pour.
Yeah, and again, this is 50%. I'm telling you.
Me and the Gunny had that, and we freaking loved it. We loved
but I have multiple, but it's an individual pick. So.
Every barrel is going to be different on these significantly, and I've talked to a lot of people, and this one has generally been really well thought of at that 99 proof. Everybody's had this one who has just been really impressed.
You had the Volts?
Yeah, I had Volstead 14.
No, Volts. Widow Jane Volts.
No.
I got my Lucky 13 in San Jose, California. And we brought it back, we drank it, and we were like, whoa, this is pretty freaking special.
Yeah, no, I did try the Desert Jewel. That was
I have
pretty
a different 99
epic.
proof.
Yeah, because we had the Widow Jane 10 regular, right? And we didn't hate on it. We were like, hey, we really liked it. It was okay. But the one we brought back, I brought back the Lucky 13 from San Jose. And we were just like, dude, this is like so much better. It was just a weird thing that it was so good.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Sticker.
Oh my god.
What?
This
You don't like the Jay-Z sticker with the hand grenade?
I don't like the I don't like tater stickers in general, to be honest with you.
Well, this
but
one's not tatered. This you may not have seen.
oh no, I saw those all over, but that's got Tennessee whiskey in it, doesn't it?
It's got. It supposedly does. It's wild stuff.
Yeah, no, I saw those all over. I just kept passing on them. They were
They're
readily
priced.
available.
I got offered it below MSRP, so I grabbed it.
They were like what 200, I think.
Yeah, I got this for 180.
Yeah, I saw them all over. I saw the MGP and I was like, yes. And I saw Dickel and I went, eh.
I hear you.
I kind of regret it because again, this one's been so good, but I've had other Widow Janes that weren't that good. So
Other Lucky 13s that were
no. I've had like Widow Jane 10 and stuff, or
Yeah,
like I've had
10
some
is-
store
yeah.
picks. That's
Hey,
some store pick
Murphy.
Widow Janes.
Hey guys, I'm going to bed. These guys are gonna still keep going.
Cheers,
All
Long.
right.
Good
Good
night.
night, Slong.
Here, Shane.
So
Enjoy your pegging.
I'm gonna drink this. Does everybody think this is
Eiffel Tower
okay?
is all you.
Is that all right?
Nothing wrong with Jack Daniels. Any
Good. I was
man.
drinking it earlier.
That's barrel proof. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Mine's
the one.
got a gold chain on it.
Yeah, the one. I took the gold
Is that
chain
from
off.
Total Wine?
Yeah.
No, ironically, it's from up by you, Jim. It's Linker Junction.
Ah.
So
This is the 129.6.
I know.
And it's
I don't
just-
care.
It's an amazing pour, man, and
They all are.
I'm really yeah. This the
The worst
rye,
thing Jack Daniels ever does is proof down their shit to 80 proof.
absolutely. If they'd stop doing that, Kentucky Bourbon would have to change the way they do things.
Negative.
No.
No, you say it. No.
No. You're
No,
wrong.
I got this, Eric.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got a Jack Daniels Maxwell House decanter 1971 sample coming my way.
Yes.
Wow.
I agree.
Okay.
I'll be
Yeah.
interested in seeing what happens with that. It's $12. I found a little sample out there for $12. So I'm like, let's see what happens. They want like $700 for a bottle of it. So
Good Lord.
Wow.
What?
Do you have to smoke a cigarette after you drink it?
well, it's the 1.5 liter. So that maybe helps a little bit.
Dustin, of what?
Jack Daniels Maxwell House decanter 1971.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It's way cool. All those decanters are really cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels back in the day did some amazing decanters.
Actually, does anyone know how to date a Woodford Reserve?
Why would you want to?
Because I was given a quite old bottle of Woodford Reserve, still
Yeah.
sealed, and I'm
Well-
curious how old it is and could it be good?
Woodford Reserve's not that old a distillery though. Because they bought Bernheim like maybe late mid '90s. Like they're not like a super old
No,
distillery.
but I'm thinking it could be pre-2000 bottle.
Yeah, but I mean it's the whiskey hasn't really changed.
Yeah, I heard there was one thing where it might have changed, like before one date I was reading, but
I mean, so when they first started bottling, it wasn't their own distillate per se, but they're still using the same stills and the same mash bill and the same everything else. I don't know how much would have changed.
Get in there.
But
It tastes like it, and I.
hey,
I'm
when you
not
get a
real
free
fan, but
bottle of
it tastes
whiskey
like
that's not still on the shelves,
and-
you go with it.
It tastes like pancakes and
Here.
syrup. I think it is the most breakfast. If I can drink a mimosa at 7:30 in the morning, I should be able to have a Woodford at 7:30 in the morning.
I would agree with you if you said double oak, but the regular one, regular Woodford, I don't ever want to drink again.
I know, but it's just not the current bottling, so it's interesting. And again, it was free whiskey. It can't
Oh.
be that.
Right, if it's free,
Hell,
then I
free
wouldn't
is
buy
good.
it.
Free is always worth it.
See, it's this Labrat and Graham.
Yeah.
It's got labeling's totally different from current labeling.
Yep.
So
I don't think it's going to taste much different than the current stuff, bourbon. But I'd love you to do like a side by side. It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a really
That would
fun
mean
thing
I
to
would
do.
have to buy a current bottle, though.
Yes.
$20 though, bourbon. Come
Just
on.
go get it.
Yeah.
Go get it.
Well,
I'll
you-
get it $3.75. So
I was getting ready to say, don't you have to buy a full bottle?
Right.
Like right now, I'm looking for our channel. I want to get a new Macallan 12,
Mhm.
but I'm not going to pay for a new Macallan 12 full bottle.
Costco.
I need to find like a. I want to find like a 375 because I'll be honest, I'm expecting that. I'm expecting at the end of the review, I'm just going to pour out the entire new Macallan 12 and just be like, no,
Really?
fuck you, Macallan.
Yeah, is Macallan peated?
No.
See, I don't like.
It's even got
peated-
this tater can.
I don't
can.
like peated scotches. I've got the only scotch I have downstairs is Brook Lottie, the regular Lottie, whatever it's called.
Classic
Basic
Lottie.
Classic Lottie.
Ben,
Classic Lottie.
And I
Ben,
like that. It's
sell
not,
it or collect it, man. That's
I mean,
it.
The vast majority. I mean, the vast majority of
Why, you
Scotch
want
is relatively unpeated.
As an older.
Yeah, I don't like peated Scotch, but I'm a fan of Bruichladdich. I'm a fan of right now. My favorite Irish whiskey is Writer's Tears. I think that's a good one.
Container.
I don't want anything overly smoked because while I don't mind smoke in bourbons, I don't like smoke in scotches.
God, I love you.
Fair enough, but again, I mean, the majority of Scotch is not smoky. Smoky Scotch is a minority of the stuff out there.
Then I've only drank minority Scotch because I've all had smoke and peat, every one of them, except one Lowland. One Lowland was not smoky or peaty.
What have you had? Like, what were like the first couple Scotches you had?
Oh my gosh, all of them. Name them.
Well, sir, how fucked up are you?
Lefroy.
Me?
Yeah.
Balvenie, Macallan.
Yeah, I've got Macallan at home, but it's okay. I mean,
it's not smoky though.
Well, I get some smoke off of it. Maybe not. Maybe you don't. I don't know.
Macallan has
Johnny Walker
virtually no
Blue
peat.
label. Johnny Walker Blue.
Johnny Walker has peat in it.
Yeah, I can taste peat.
Well, I don't know which ones have. That's what I'm saying. I don't know which
Johnny
ones
Walker
have.
has ants too.
Glenlivet doesn't have peat.
Glenfiddich. Which
Glenfiddich doesn't have.
Yeah, Glenfiddich.
I mean, if you were picking up smoke on Glenfiddich and Glenlivet, you are a savant in terms of picking up smoke. Because, I mean, they do potentially have 1 or 2 ppms, but dear God, I mean, like, that's like picking up, like, peat on a, like, wood smoke on a Jim Beam white label.
So when I taste it, it gives me that gut-turning sensation?
That's just called Scotch.
I don't want to. I don't want to criticize that. If you don't like Scotch, then don't drink Scotch. That's cool.
Well, all I can
smoky.
contribute it. Maybe it's malt. All I can contribute it to is something that whiskey doesn't have. And what whiskey doesn't have is peat. So I assume it's all peat.
Well, Scotch is whiskey, and as bourbon is whiskey. They're the same. They're all whiskey.
Right. And one is very off-putting and one is not.
And again, I mean, you may not like the malt, heavy malt level in Scotch. And so you may want to try, for example, a grain whiskey from Scotland, where you're going to get more vanillas and other things like that. Give it a shot. It'll be more like a light whiskey.
And what would that be?
Those are a little more challenging to get, grain whiskeys, and they're a little expensive for the ones like a hedonism from Compass Box. Unfortunately, they've gotten like a little over $100, unfortunately, but that would be a good one to give a try for. Maybe if you can find a small bottle somewhere.
Well, it sounds like that's the minority.
But I mean, if you want to go for a
Do you have problems with minorities, sir?
If you want to do a light Scotch,
yes,
then
no.
Balvenie 14 is a good light one. Balvenie.
Yeah, that's a good choice for sure.
Hey, Eric, what did you say?
Come on, Daffnill's really hard to find.
Okay, yeah, it is. But like Balvenie, the 14-year-old, that's a really good light Scotch. It's a light whiskey. I mean, it's a malty, and I really like malty. I just don't like peaty. So like Balvenie's good.
But if he doesn't like malt, then you're kind of, the problem is you run into like, then you have to drink blended like whiskeys from Scotland, and the problem is blended whiskey. It's Johnny Walker, which
you don't want to do that.
Oh, you know what you could do is Johnny Walker green label. There's virtually, if not no peat in that one. It's all malt. It's all malt. God damn it.
It's got Talisker in it though.
You would need the gold, I guess, right?
Yeah. The green label, I'm not a fan of. I can say that.
I'm not either.
And why have you get the gold or Shiva's 18 is another one probably worth trying.
I've got some Dusty Shivas.
The Dusty Shivas are really good.
I picked
So
it
what
up.
do you
at
think?
the
What do
estate
you
sale
think? What do
recently.
you think it's in the Scotch that's turning me off?
Well, I mean, that's the thing is that we need to know more about what you've had, because the fact that you like Brooklotti tells me that, I mean, that's high end, awesome malt. That's really good.
Yeah, it's very malty. That's probably the thing it is more than anything else. The Brook Lottie, the Simple Lottie, is just so malty and
Yeah.
I like that flavor.
So what do you like? So Glenlivet 12 year. What do you not like about that one?
It tastes peaty to me.
It's not super. I mean,
There's no peat in that thing.
There's
Like
no
there's
peat
maybe
in it
an
at all.
That's
APM.
what I'm saying.
There
It's
is-
that. It's that. You know what
Scotch,
it reminds me of?
End of the taste, that end of the taste, medicinal taste.
It reminds. This is what it reminds me of. I'm in the moors of Scotland, and I'm digging my fingers into the peat, the moss, and the grass, and I'm squeezing that into a glass. That's what it reminds me of.
It might taste grassy.
Okay.
I mean, again, the
Maybe
12. That's
grassy,
just
maybe that's
that's
it.
a weird note for the 12. So what? Have you had a Macallan 12?
So wait a minute. You said the Glenlivet 12?
Yeah.
So what's younger than that?
They have a Founders Reserve, which is
Like
kind of
not well regarded.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I've
not
got a
very
lot of
good.
Everything. I don't have any. I got
But
very.
the 12's like $30, $40. I mean, it's
Okay,
like a
I have very
expensive
little
bottle.
Scotch. I only have like Macallan 12, Johnny Walker Blue. I have very little Scotch.
So what do you get on the Macallan 12?
I've tried everything at the bar, everything they have. Glenlivet, Glenfiddich. I mean, everything they have, I've went through, and it just all kind of tastes the same. So I don't know what that similar taste is. I'm not sure what it is.
I mean, you might just be getting the fact that almost all of the bar pours are going to be. Is smoking allowed in your state? Those bottles might just be sitting for a long time in the bar.
That
I'm
could-
not joking.
All right, that could be. All right.
Like literally, like if those bottles are sitting a long time in a bar with smoking, like it actually can impart in the whiskey.
Or if it sat for a while anywhere where it was in a charred barrel, it could come up with that charred smoky flavor. That was
But that's
the thing
what bourbon does. Bourbon's sitting in charred barrels.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I had to be able to distinguish between that when I started drinking Scotch, the smoky flavor and the charred barrel flavor. And I've been able to do that now, but I mean,
I don't
sometimes
mind a char barrel flavor. That doesn't bother me.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't want any smoked peat. Please don't give me that.
Well, I mean, you also could be. I mean, again, the other problem that Scotch does have at those entry level deals is they bottle it a really low proof, and sometimes I feel like lowering the proof brings out off flavors that you don't want, which is contrary to what a lot of people, it's less proof. Well, if the alcohol is not the issue and you don't like certain notes that happen in younger whiskeys,
all right,
Yeah.
probably shouldn't proof it down so much.
But
Sure.
And I agree with that. And sometimes I wonder why Scotch only gets. I mean, so many Scotches are 80 proof, and the thing is, they hit higher than 80 proof. A lot of them, and I just think, why do you do 80 when you could do 90 proof? I bet a 90 proof Scotch is really good.
46% is the magical Scotch number that you want on your Scotches.
So 92 proof.
Yeah.
So Dustin, give me an entry level Scotch you think that would maybe like a gateway Scotch, something that you think a bourbon.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So I'll give you two that I think are really good choices. So the first is Balvenie Double Wood. 12
Okay.
year.
All right.
It's about $60, give or take. The market may have gone up a little bit, but it's really good. It's sweet. It's got vanilla. It's got a little bit of chocolate. It's got some dark fruits. Really good. And
That's a buddy of mine's favorite. Yep. I know what
And
you're
then
talking.
I would send you to Glenmorangie.
Okay.
To the
All right.
Quinta Reuben, which is a 14-year-old port finish, and it's the same price bracket. It's going to be the port sweetness with the Scotch malt, very approachable for most bourbon drinkers. I think it's a really good, very good entry level. And again, I mean, I've seen those for less than $50 at a few places.
Wow.
So you get those for good prices, and they're both they're sweet. They're fruity. And then I would say after those two, I would look at maybe, and I'm trying to think here. You want something that's got a little bit of oomph in the barrel. And
Now,
I'm
I
trying.
do have a Macallan 12 that I have not opened.
Macallan 12 is a good one to go to because it's very approachable and friendly.
Perfect.
I think that's a good choice. They're just a little they're too expensive for what the quality, in my opinion. But if you already have the bottle, then F it, you got the bottle.
Well, I got it at Costco, so
yeah. No, the new Macallan 12 black boxes are not what they used to be. The old ones, I tell you, that would have been one of my first choices.
the one I have is blue.
Oh, ugh.
Oh no, that doesn't sound good.
No, so that's the double oak. That one has bourbon barrels and sherry casks, and that's not. Yeah, that's not what I would send you.
Okay, all right.
Give it a try. See what, I mean, you might like it. It's
right.
The thing is, Macallan's always been about the casks, and their malt is mostly about hiding it so you don't taste it. And putting it in a bourbon barrel lets you taste their malt, and their malt's not good.
Okay.
Now, again, it's going to be an easy drinker, I think. I'd like to know what you think. But I'm trying to think of something that's got like a more smoky oak barrel, but not smoky peat. You can get
That
would be more my jam. Yeah.
Octomore
because,
is
like-
heavy, isn't it? It's heavily peat, right? Octomore?
Oh yeah. That's super.
Octomore is one of the most peated things out there.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking like
easily accessible.
like I've got like an 80 Radler, like a 15-year-old 80 Radler that's a Bunnahabhain, but it's so oaky and like that it's bourbon like, and it's really good. But that's not a regular entry level, easy to find whiskey. It wasn't expensive. It's just that they're not. You can't just go pick it up.
What was the bottle you
I
just
was thinking
mentioned?
Dalwhinnie 15.
It's a 80 Radler independent bottling of Bunnahabhain, but it's super like bourbon like.
Now I've heard of people liking that Bunnahabhain.
Yeah, but Bunnahabhain has a little bit of peat in it, not a lot.
Okay.
But you're saying you don't want any peat, so I wouldn't.
Well,
say Bunnahabhain.
maybe I need to try that and see if it is the peat that's bothering me.
Well, I mean, I would. If you want to try peat and see if it's bothering you, I would send you to Highland Park, and I would want you to find. I guess try the Magnus. That's pretty cheap. But that's gonna have some peat on it. And
I know it's the peat that bugs me. I go and get stuff that's non-peated, and I love it.
So Eric, what are you talking about that's non-peated?
The Brooklotti I drink. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of Isla scotches that are unpeated. Actually,
Now I thought Isla was heavy peated. No.
No.
Some of it, most of it, but not all.
It is, but
the
not
vast
all.
majority.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so just find a couple of non-peated scotches because
Boys, I'm going to bed.
what I've discovered is they're non-peated.
man. I'm
They
probably going to
taste
bed.
amazing.
Night, bourbon.
Yeah,
Good
I'll
night,
talk to you
Bourbon.
tomorrow.
Good night, brother. Yeah, I find that the non-peated are amazing, and I'm not a Scotch. I wasn't a Scotch fan. I am now. I like Brooklotti. I like American single malts as well. I like Kilkeegan. That guy makes some great stuff.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you,
No,
Eric.
go
but
ahead, go ahead.
I just had a really good thought. So this is a little more expensive, but not super. I think maybe about just around 100, 110. And now the negative here is it's like 40%. But Abelauer's 16-year, the double cask, that would be a hard one not to like. That is a really approachable, very nice scotch.
Last week I had a friend that gave me a dram of that, and it is really good.
I'm gonna try that real quick. I want to try that right now.
That'd be amazing.
Huh?
It must be nice to have those just
Yeah.
sitting there.
My boss's boss a couple years ago gave me that for Christmas, and like I never would have bought a 40% whiskey because I'm not a fan. But I'll tell you what, it was good, and it wasn't like amazing. I killed that bottle, no problem. It was delicious.
I've decided 80% in bourbon I don't want to do, but with Irish and Scotch, 80%, there are a bunch of 80% or 80 proof that hit way above that.
I want them
I'm
at like
impressed.
I want them all 46%. Every now and then I will tolerate a 43. I'll be honest with you. I've been looking for I've been researching a particular bottle I found recently for an old dusty bottle of 43% Scotch. It's 30 years old. For
30 years old. Oh my god.
Get it.
for
it.
just under $700, and I'm
Buy.
Get it.
That's
Ben.
all I gotta say.
Ben.
$700.
Ben.
What is it?
it's the famous Grouse 30-year, which
Oh,
is
my god. Oh my god.
Ben. Buy it.
That's a lot for a blend.
Well, it's a
Famous
blend. It's
Grouse
a
is
blended
real-
Macallan and Highland Park.
Yeah, buy it.
From
Yeah, I'd
and
buy it
so the
because
thing
I
is,
believe-
at the $700 price range, what I'm trying to find out is when it was bottled. Because if it was bottled pre-2000, that means it's 70s distillate, and I'm buying.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
post-2000, it's not 70s distillate,
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
80s
not buying.
distillate.
If it's 70s distillate Macallan and Highland Park with those casks from back then, I'll do it. But 700 is a lot of money. That's gonna
It
put
is
it
a
in
lot
the
of money.
upper
Hey,
echelon.
Dustin.
Dustin.
Yes,
I
sir.
just gave him an Avalauer Alba.
Alba.
Okay.
Will that work?
I just gave Bobby my 18-year earlier, my Avalauer 18 years. So
That's just a whole different world of whiskey than the one I mentioned. But give it a shot, man. That's
Yeah,
bourbon
try it.
cask. It's cask strength. It's it's a very there's no peat in that thing, so that'll be an interesting one for you to try.
oh no,
I've never had the Albula, but
it floored me. I didn't expect it to be the way it was.
I've heard. I mean, again, I think for a bourbon drinker coming in, I think it's going to give you a good
Yeah. Oh, it's
good
right
example
there.
of good sweet malt. And there's not any of those off notes that he's complaining about, so I think that's a good choice. It doesn't showcase the sherry, which I think is kind of people like sherry, but I actually, believe it or not, I think sherry and port finishing is better than bourbon finishing for bourbon drinkers when they get into Scotch.
I think port finishing for bourbon is actually really done well, and barrel.
I like port everything.
And barrel, yeah, that's true. Barrel does some finishing that I think is just amazing.
Yeah, this honest to God, this is seriously epic bottle, man. It's
We're
gonna keep drinking.
I think
and I've got a lot of good MGB. This is just there's something about the profile here.
I think the law needs to revisit the whole finished barrel. I mean, when they passed those laws, they didn't want us drinking shoe polish and tobacco. They were trying to protect us from all the additives, the non-bourbon additives that got thrown in to bourbon in the late 1800s, early 1900s. That doesn't happen anymore.
But all the law says is you have to call it finished bourbon. You can still call it bourbon. You just have to say it's finished.
And I agree. I'd like to see finished bourbon not be sort of a poor cousin to regular bourbon, because I think there are a lot of good finished bourbons that people need to consider right alongside good bourbons.
Well, but I mean, if I'm a consumer, I want you to tell me it's a finished bourbon versus it's a traditional bourbon, and I want the disclosure required. And for me personally, I would rather buy a finished bourbon than a non-finished.
Me too. I love barrel. I'm such a barrel.
I'm not a big barrel guy, but Bardstown.
I love their blend.
Oh my God, Bardstown has just been killing it. I love what Forgate's doing. What do you think?
All right. So I like the burn. I like the heat.
Okay.
Of the cask strength. It's the malt. It's the malt that I am confusing for peat.
Yes.
Because there's no peat in that thing at all.
None.
Correct. And that was pretty good. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
That's one of the better scotches I've ever had.
Now I should tell you that's a super young, not extremely well thought of Scotch.
Right. I can tell because I understand the complexity of like a Johnny Walker Blue. Like I got 13 flavors going on my tongue. With a Johnny Walker Blue, I get all the.
Wait till you have a good scotch, because Johnny Walker Blue is not even a good scotch.
Right. So I get all of those flavors, but not such maybe not such the peat, smoke, and malt. Let me reduce that to three flavors, and this one kind of smelt a little peaty, what I thought, but ended up being malt because there's no peat in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the peat I'm a little bit confusing for malt.
And that's common because a lot of people, when they first get into whiskey, I mean, I remember when I first got in, I didn't know what peat was, and I had to have something that was so super peated that it just it kicked me in the dick and said, "I'm peat."
Right, but I mean,
now I'm here.
It's very possible that what he's talking about is because usually even like when you're talking about bourbons or light whiskeys, they still put them in bourbon barrels, and it may just be that charred flavor that you get from a bourbon barrel that you mistake for being peated or smoky, because it does. Sometimes it can come across as smoky.
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, when we get into whiskey,
I'm open to all suggestions. I'm not for sure on anything.
Yeah, but so what I always tell people is I always want you to go to something exclusively finished in a non-peated bourbon cask, because it gives you just a whole new perspective.
I gotcha.
It gives you a whole new perspective.
There's no cross contamination of any sort of flavor that could be confused. I see what you're saying.
Well, and again, I mean, I hate to use the word, but I mean, when we start going into stuff where so if you think of bourbon's profile, when we ignore finished bourbons, is like this.
Right.
Right. Now, there's a lot of cool shit between those two hands, man. There's a lot of cool shit. I love bourbon. I mean,
me too.
Hell, I mean, I've literally got bourbon sitting here. I mean, I love bourbon, but Scotch comparatively is this,
Okay.
Yeah, but I think Scotch is like that because of where it's aged. It's aged in a world where there's not these big swings between high temperatures and low temperatures. The temperature in Scotland is so.
Well, no, Scotch has better rules.
Hey, Gary, give me a second. I'm trying to figure this thing out. This isn't my forte. I know you're in somewhere. I see you, and I see you laughing right now, but I can't. I'm
He's adding somebody to the group.
Okay.
You just need to.
I'm punching you in the face, and it's just not working.
I mean, Scotch is just
There could be something that says
broad. Because Scotch's rules are less stringent. They don't have requirements like must be first fill charred barrel. They don't have 51% corn. I mean, they just there's so much more variety in what they can do.
There you go.
Dude, my man, there you are. What's up, franchise?
Why are you talking about figuring out more whiskey to buy?
Because I sold a lot.
Yeah. So,
Jimmy, what are you drinking, Jim?
I'm not drinking anything. I'm probably gonna hop off soon. I do have one suggestion for you. Although at 40%, you might find it a little thin. Old Pulteney 12.
Old Pulteney 12.
Now, the problem with Old Pulteney 12 is it's very salty.
Yeah, it's got like a salty, briny thing going on, but it's solid.
Okay.
Dustin, you don't need anybody else here. You can just make a suggestion. You can say no or yes.
All right. Hey, Jim, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no
problem.
Old Pulteney is a good choice for sure, but God, I missed the 43%ers, man. God.
So what happened? Why is that the way it is?
Well, so the funny thing is, for years and years, a lot of Scotch distilleries have sold their whiskey at 40% everywhere in the world except America, where they've given us 43%. And I guess costs and other things, they're trying to be more uniform. And now we're more and more seeing, people dropping. Also, the tariffs here in the States from the last administration. They raised the prices, and so a lot of distilleries were trying to figure out how they could, keep their product on the market for the same price.
Yeah.
And so, some of them ate a little bit of the price, and some of them, decided to proof it down a little bit. And I get it. And unfortunately for us, the old Pulteney 12 at 43% was awesome. And going from 43 to 40 is not going to be good for most whiskeys, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense.
80's low for me. I'm not a fan of 80% or of 80 proof. I'm
Well,
really
and keep in mind, in Scotch, generally speaking, the rule is if it's 46% or over, they don't chill filter it.
Right.
If it's under 46, they're going to chill filter. And that's a problem because chill filtration takes away texture, mouthfeel, and flavor.
A lot of mouthfeel.
Mostly mouthfeel, and that's my big thing. Is like
because it strains out the fatty acids that come out of the wood. I mean, that's just I don't understand.
Not a tuber.
I'm a Maker's Mark FAE 01 fan because I really believe they understand what happens, what gets pulled out of the wood, what remains in the wood. That's the most important thing. It's not how old it is, it's what it pulls out of the wood and when it pulls out of the wood, because there's a whole lot of tannins you don't want, but there's some tannins you do want. And we've just got to be, as far as bourbon drinkers, a lot more picky about between 15 and 10. We need to start looking at, I think 12's the sweet spot, but I also like Knob Creek 15, so, but I mean, that's one of the few 15-year-olds I like. So
I love old bourbon. I love old bourbon. Good old bourbon.
Yeah. There's
a lot of bad old bourbon.
A lot. I just want to see us start picking a certain amount of bourbon that doesn't cost everybody an arm and a leg, but is still older than 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I mean,
Dustin,
it kills me. What's that?
What are you drinking?
I just poured another little pour of this. So I just popped this open on the stream here. It's this Widow Jane Lucky 13 year.
Oh, all right, nice.
One of the best bourbons I've ever had in my life. I love this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is special whiskey.
Look, I like Widow Jane 10, so I'm not doubting you. I've not had that, but
yeah, this is honest to God, I paid like $90 for these. This is $300 bourbon all day.
Oh, that's a deal. I was gonna say that's a deal. If that's
I mean, this is. There's a few bourbons I'll put above this, obviously, but I mean, this is worth $300 all day, and I don't think most bourbons are worth $100. But that's a $300 bourbon all day.
And see, that's
awesome.
I would love to have this sort of group of people so that we could keep the secondary market lower, and then because I actually believe there are a bunch of bourbons right now that are artificially low that should be higher than they are, but we've got to find this happy medium so that we're not all paying $280 for Elijah Craig 18, which I'm not going to ever do.
It's not going to happen.
It's not a good bourbon.
It's not going to happen. The secondary market's just always going to be there, and we just got to live with it.
Well, I mean, the problem we have now is just the popularity of bourbon has just gotten stupid, and the market can't meet the demand, and it's happening in Scotch too. I mean, holy shit! This right here, this bottle right here, I just bought a case of it.
Jesus. Look at Jim's eyeballs. Your eyes almost came out of your head.
What is that?
So, this is Springbank Local Barley 10 year. It's the newest release. So the Local Barley 10 has been one of my favorite whiskeys year after year for a long time, and they're extremely expensive retail. So these 10-year-old whiskeys can run you about $180 to $200 a bottle. They're cask strength. They are when they say local barley, they mean like literally their local farms that they own that they're harvesting the barley from. This is completely, literally, every single aspect of this whiskey is produced in-house. Everything except, I think, the bottle. I mean, literally, everything about it they make themselves. And those have been some of these whiskeys that I've just literally been just like, every time I buy one, I'm just like, oh my God, this is amazing. This one, however, became the first truly tater of these. These are going for $600 to $800 on the secondary market in the UK. They're impossible to get, and I saw them, here locally. I bought a case because I got a discount by buying a case, and I hate it. I absolutely think this is a disaster, and it's because this color.
Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah,
That's a dark rum.
they aged this thing in a shitty, garbage, super dark sherry cask
That's
to
what
give
I
it
thought.
this color.
And
And
that probably wasn't dry either.
it was a wet cask, which is usually a good thing. It's usually a good thing in Scotch just to have wet casks. This one, it took on so much oak that like it's just gross. And I've never had a 10-year-old whiskey that was so oaky that I disliked it. Like that's a new thing. Nice. But yeah, so I've got I've sold 2 of them to friends who wanted them, and I've got 4 left. Well, 3 left that aren't open, and I mean they're worth a shit ton of money. So I guess I might trade them. I'll give it a few months to see if it opens up and becomes better. But incredibly disappointing, and that's the problem with the whiskey market today. Is like I ran out because it used to be these 3 months ago. We had the last 4 releases of the local barley on the shelf. I could just pick them up whenever I wanted them. Now, and then one dude showed up and just bought every bottle for like $4,000. Just cleared the shelf, and I may never see another world where I can just pick those up easily again. So I was like, well, I better just pick them up. It's the market.
And Dustin, you're in Cincinnati?
Yes, sir.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm up in Defiance. I don't know if you know where that's at.
Off the top of my head, no. I'm not from Cincinnati, so.
Up between Toledo and Fort Wayne.
Okay, gotcha.
If you drew a straight line between Toledo and Fort Wayne, that's where right in the middle is where I would be. So.
Gotcha.
We have access to the exact same stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, it's funny. Is like people ask me like, what's whiskey like in Ohio, and I respond with, I don't buy whiskey in Ohio. It's not an option.
Comes to Benny's.
There's no whiskey to be bought in Ohio.
I mean,
there's good and bad about the whole.
If you
Ohio.
like Weller 107, then and you're willing to like adjust your work schedule to seek it out, yes, you're good to go.
No.
Or make it your work schedule.
If you're like me and you don't think 107 is that good, there's really not much to buy here.
107's not that good. Antique's not that good. I'm not a fan of Weller, so.
So I'll give you a quick synopsis of Ohio bourbon. Allocated, OWA, WSR, EH Taylor Small Batch, Blanton's, and Eagle Rare. Those are the 5 we get in abundance in Ohio, and they're pretty prevalent. So I'm not.
Whoa! You get Eagle Rare? I haven't seen Eagle Rare in years.
Dude, are you serious?
Oh man.
No, Eagle Rare doesn't exist here in Cincinnati.
Wow.
I have not seen an Eagle Rare. I've seen Eagle Rare one time in 5 years here.
Oh yeah, we get it pretty often.
I've seen Antique plenty. I've not seen a single Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
I've not seen I rarely see Blanton's, but I don't. I mean, I don't like chase it at all. If I know if I chased Blanton's, I could get it. And I've never seen a. I haven't seen a Elmer tea in a long time. But mind you,
No,
last time I had Elmer tea, it sucked.
I wish there was Elmer. I've never seen an Elmer here.
Oh, A.H. Taylor. Oh yeah, small batch. Yeah, you can get those small batches.
Oh yeah, small batches here. But those are the 5 allocated that in Ohio are pretty relevant. I mean, I can get quite a bit of those. So
He's in a different market in Ohio where there's no actual drinkers apparently because there's no Eagle Rare is super rare, super rare. We get Eagle Rare maybe every 2 months.
Seeing where I am in New Mexico, tomorrow morning I could go.
I think we drink more of it. That's why we get it.
Okay, so you know Party Source, right?
Yeah.
No,
you know
I
Party
don't.
Source in Kentucky.
Right, just on the other side of the river.
So in December, they got Eagle Rare in on a Friday. They had 498 bottles. I left work at 3:30 to go pick up a bottle. I was there too late. They'd already sold out.
Wow.
498 bottles.
Hey, Dustin.
It's not that good. It's really not that good.
Hey, Dustin.
It's $26.99.
Did you say what state that was in?
It's Kentucky. It's northern Kentucky. It's just
Kentucky.
over the river
Right.
from Cincinnati.
That's
Just
right.
across
That
the
was
river
Ohio.
from Cincinnati.
I know because in Ohio we don't get it, and all the people who bought it were from Ohio. Everybody who goes to Party Source is from Ohio. Party Source is an Ohio liquor store that just happens to be located across the river. It's all Cincinnati people driving there.
I'm just saying I don't have a problem finding Eagle Rare. If you need some, get a hold of me. We'll talk.
Legitimately, I have not seen an Eagle Rare for retail that wasn't like behind some paywall in. I saw it one time. It was the one time I camped out at a store at 5 a.m. to get an E.H. Taylor barrel proof.
Yeah, that's what I do. Hey, do you like Eagle Rare? Do you want some? I'll give it to you at my cost.
Like I said, again, it's a bourbon that I'd like to have around. I don't want to make any effort to get it. It just should be there. It should be a regular bourbon.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, it's not, however, for me to pick that up easily.
Right.
And I'm not camping out at stores. I'm not showing up at a store before noon, ever.
What? I'm done by noon.
I don't want to be awake by noon. It's 3:41 right now a.m. I've got to be up in the morning for work.
Okay, that's true. I'm on vacation though, so
yeah, this is a work day for me, and I will be up at 8:30 tomorrow morning to work.
No way! Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a trooper, dude.
It's 1:40 where I am.
Yeah, no, it's my normal work schedule. I usually go to bed around 2-3 a.m. and I get up at 7.
Oh man, nice. Good grief, Gary! I know you're gonna work tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I used to be able to do those hours. Well, I mean, fortunately for me, I don't really have to be on campus until like after 12.
Well, truth be told, I mean, I will get on my computer at 8:30. I will do no work until 10 a.m. when I have a call with my team, unless I get an email that I have to respond to, and then I will take a lunch about 10:45 till 2 p.m. And then I will
love those lunches.
And then I may start working again, after that. And then sadly, it seems like lately I keep finding myself working from like 7 p.m. till midnight, like actually hard. But the whole beauty of working from home, I guess.
Yeah.
And I just don't like working in the mornings. I'm a night guy.
Oh, same here.
Like alcohol, unrelated, I don't like getting up before noon, whether I have one drink or 12, or 0.
I get that.
And you know what? Growing up as a kid, my mom didn't understand it. My dad, exactly the same way. My grandma, on my dad's side, same exact way. It's genetic.
Yeah.
We were just born as night people.
Yeah,
Yeah, one
I'm
of my
always
daughters.
been a night person.
One of my daughters is like that. My mom is like that. Just seem to function better when we're waking up late and staying up late.
Yeah, I've got more energy at 9 p.m. than I do any other part of the day usually.
Me too.
Like I mean, I remember like at one point, like super into working out. I was competing in powerlifting type stuff, and like they're like, yeah, I mean, we have this membership. But the only thing is you can't work out between 4 and 8. And I'm like, I'll never be here before 8 p.m. ever. Like if I'm gonna lift weights, I'm not ready to lift weights until 10 p.m.
Franchise, what's going on, man?
Franchise, what should I be drinking right now?
Probably more water.
Wrong answer.
No, that's the right answer, which really pisses me off.
It is the right answer, but
It was the right answer, and that's horrible that it was the right answer.
2 liters of water, and then follow it with an Elijah Craig barrel proof for George T. Stagg.
I love it. Who said that?
Right here,
Dustin.
Dustin, dude. Everybody else just leave. Dustin, you just stay.
No, Jack Daniels barrel proof also.
It's not a terrible. It's funny. It's funny.
Jack
So
Daniels barrels proof. That's a good one too.
yeah. So Mike and I just the other day today we actually posted our Elijah Craig A121 review, and so our following is a little more skewed towards the UK market than most channels in the US. So we're like 80% America and 20% foreign, and multiple people commented like, because I made the comment, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is the best whiskey under $100, and they're like, well, it's 110 here in the UK, and I'm like, wait, you can buy it, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like,
I'll take any year.
dude, if you could actually get Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, just buy it for 110, Jesus.
Get on it.
I'm like, do you know what I have to do to get Elijah Craig Barrel Proof? I have to spend $200 to $300 for the right to buy it at each store I get it from.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't get to write about the fact that it still floats up in the ether. Like it's something you can grab out of the ether, which, I mean, like you said, it usually requires a whole lot more where it's like hard and fast. Grab it and go.
Yeah, or I've got a few friends in other states who'll pick it up and ship it to me. But again, then at that point I'm then paying shipping, and at that point it's not $70, it's 70, it's $85, $90. But
Right.
well worth it. It's just a great whiskey. Oh my god, this is just stupid good.
What's that?
So that's the Whittle Jane 13.
Yeah, this fucker right here.
I missed out on that in one of my groups when they did a pick of that.
Well, this one was like, there you go, man. Which stag is that one right there?
That's 15.
Oh, 15. That's like the oakiest of the stags I've had.
It's pretty damn good though.
Oh no, I mean in a good way. Like
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace always needs more oak.
It rounded out that overly sweet.
Yeah, Buffalo Trace always needs more oak, unless you're talking Eagle Rare 17, in which case that's just a fucking turd. That is a mediocre whiskey.
Yeah, it hurts. It had so much oak.
I remember, like I had a glass of that over at the 2020 over at Mash and Drum's house, and I pour it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Jason, what the fuck's wrong with this? This is delicious. And Jason looks at me and he goes, give it a second. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's not that bad. No, I'm like, okay.
Whoa.
I'm like, yeah, it's still good, man. And then Jason looks at me, and all of a sudden I go, oh. Yeah, that's not as good. And he goes, I know. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like,
I hate it when whiskeys do that.
and I'm like, God damn it, no, you're right. This is really not that good. I'm like, damn. Like, and I'm like, what did I actually? I actually wrote down a score on that thing. Let me see what I gave it. But I was shocked. I'm like, no, up front, the sweetness, the vanilla, the caramel, all that, it's delicious. And then I went back and I'm like,
talking about?
Eagle Rare 17 year.
Oh shit. Okay. Watch a couple of stuff. That's pretty outstanding.
Let's see where yeah. So I finally I gave it a score. Let's hear. I gave it a 2.75 out of 5 stars.
Oh snap!
Now my scoring's about a star lower than most people's scoring because I scored 2.0 as average. A 3 is a really good whiskey.
Wow. Hey, well, I'll tell you what. Big League Bourbon is telling you you're right on. I think that's right on.
Yeah. It's got a beautiful sweetness up front. It's got a lot of nice flavors and notes, and then the oak comes in and it's just like off-putting. It's over the top, and then it's thin. And the finish, there's no finish.
No, I don't get any weed out
The
of it.
finish is so short. And then when the finish finally shows up, it's just bad oak. It's like, oh, fuck, guys. What the hell are you doing? And, in contrast, I had a 2017 George T. Stagg recently, and I blacked out that night, man. I don't even remember the rest of the night. That thing was so fucking good. I couldn't help
drank a
myself.
whole damn bottle. How you black out and not drink the whole bottle?
I'd had a lot to drink up to that point. There's extenuating circumstances, but that bottle's the one that just had me going, and another? Yay!
You drank the whole damn bottle. That's why you went out.
The heck was that?
Is I don't blame you either. That's a bottle I drink the whole damn bottle of too.
I wanted to drink that whole bottle, let me tell you.
Man.
Untitled 14-year unfinished.
MGP unfinished.
MGP.
14, 15-year MGP is really special.
So good. So good.
I might have traded a GTS for 4 bottles of that.
I'm going to say if we're going to talk about that, 15, 16-year-old Dickel is better than anything. I mean, it's good.
No, it's not.
16, 17-year-old Dickel is amazing.
I've got a 17-year-old Dickel that's actually pretty damn good.
Yes, 17-year-old Dickel is amazing.
I do have one that actually is pretty darn good.
Blue Note 17, man.
I haven't had that one, but the one I've actually got a Backbone, the one that you guys Bourbon was showing. I've got like a same brand, but it's a 17-year-old Dickel pick, and that one actually was pretty darn tasty.
Hell yeah.
That over there.
It takes 17 years to kill Fred Flintstone.
You can still tell it's Dickel when you taste it. It's not offensive at all. It's
not,
tasty.
It's not the Flintstone vitamin sort of flavor. It's it's gone away. You're right.
I still
tastes like Dickel.
I still knew Flintstones had been in there. I could still taste it, but it was it was subtle at that point, and the butterscotch and coffee and coffee like notes were just gorgeous. It was delicious.
That is a really good bourbon. People don't overlook it because it's going to be amazing.
Don't say it. We say it both at the same time. Hey, we're drinking at the same time, and we're saying which we think is better. Stagg Junior, what year?
15. Batch 15.
Batch 15. And what is it?
Untitled.
Or untitled 14-year MGP. Unfinished.
All right.
Okay, blind them. Let's go.
I mean, you're gonna know which one it is blind.
Yeah.
I think so.
One's got a lot more rye.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Yep. I will tell you what.
MGP is going to be the best one. I don't care what anybody says. Even at the fight.
They're close. They're very close.
So the Stagg Junior has a lot more heat, but that's okay. I like the heat.
But the coating on your tongue with the 14-year MGP doesn't go away.
Wow. And they're both awesome. Jesus. Okay, this is crazy. We're talking about a Stagg Junior batch 15 versus a 14-year MGP. Golly. We're cutting hairs here. I gotcha.
Sacrificing in the name of science.
Yeah.
Suffering right there. It's two guys just suffering through this Hard work.
We are suffering.
Trying schmying.
We're gonna go back into it. Hold on.
It does look painful.
We've suffered
I had a weird experience with MGP. I had a 4-year-old 100 proof James E. Pepper straight rye from MGP, and I had a 3-year-old Source MGP rye from Cardinal Spirits. The Cardinal Spirits 3-year-old was what I expected from MGP. The Pepper rye, I drain poured that shit. It was awful. It had this horrible off note in the middle of it that just made it undrinkable, and it wrecked your palate afterwards.
What year was that, Jim?
It was 4-year-old.
A 4-year-old Pepper.
Was that a
Yeah.
store, Jim?
No, it was just a regular 4-year-old MGP James E. Pepper 1776 straight rye.
Wow.
And it had this horrific off note in the middle of it, and literally wrecked my palate. The only thing that fixed it was Dusty Turkey.
Hey,
I got rid of it. I couldn't deal with it. It's like,
hey, anyone listening? I like 1776, man. Does anyone else have a problem with it, or is it just me?
No,
I've only had their like 11, 10, 12-year-old bourbon, like single casks. I've not had much of their stuff otherwise. So
I wonder if you got a bad bottle, Jim.
It might have been a bad bottle. I don't know, but it sucked. And like I said, compared to the 3-year-old MGP, which it's a year difference and 10 proof points, it was a 90 proof. It should have been the same thing, really.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't know if I had yours, Chris, or somebody else's, or more than once, but the couple times I tried Pepper, I was pleasantly surprised by it.
Yeah, me too.
It's
me
pretty
too.
solid.
I like Pepper. Hey, Jim, where are you at?
Massachusetts.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you. I'll send you what I have. I have I think 3 or 4 different peppers. So I'll send you a sample of those and see what you think.
Cool.
You find me on. Find me. Will Zirk, I suppose, on whatever you call it.
The Facebook.
Yeah,
Facebook or Instagram.
The Facebook.
He's on both now. Watch
Instant
out.
Messenger or whatever the hell that shit's called.
He's on both. Watch out, kiddies.
Oh yeah, I'm on.
He's coming to TikTok next.
Then we're all screwed.
Hey, dude, I did TikTok way long ago.
he's there just to Snapchat that pussy, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The
Oh
thing is-
my god.
The thing is, when I say it ruined my palate, the next thing I poured after that was Knob Creek 9-year-old, and you could taste the leftover off note from the pepper punching through the Knob Creek and ruining it.
Oh,
that might be
ruining it.
the stuff before the Knob Creek.
Huh?
So you was screwing up the Knob Creek 9.
Don't mess with your knob, man.
You can't.
You only get one.
Hey, you can't screw up 9 Creek 9. Cannot screw that up.
Don't mess with 9-year-old knobs. They're too young. You gotta wait till they're at least 18.
I don't mind it. It's the first Knob Creek I've ever had, but it was just like to taste that off note coming through the Knob Creek after I'd gotten rid of the pepper was like, oh, come on, really? Jeez.
Gary, what's
Yes,
up with the bags under your eyes, man?
Maureen's been keeping him up.
Huh?
He's on the bourbon.
Has Marine been keeping you up? What's going on over there?
Oh,
Wow.
I don't know. That's just probably bad lighting.
Bad lighting. Oh,
Dude,
jeez.
yeah, brother.
There, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. I love it. I love it. No, hey, on a more serious note, when's the next time you're going down to Kentucky?
That's a good question. It's not this weekend.
That's perfect, because I think I have something for you. And I think we can do a little muling.
Yeah, I think Maureen's got a extra day off next weekend, so I don't know if she'll want to go down to Kentucky next weekend or what she's going to want to do.
Dude, hey, that might be awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hey, just let me know because if Maureen goes, my wife might want to go.
So you got through the last trip without her killing you, huh?
Yes, and I'm not through this one yet.
Right. I was just gonna say that was the last one. This one's a different one.
Yes, it is a different one.
She might kill you this one.
And hell, Dustin, we're rolling right through your area, man.
I'm in Kentucky every weekend, man.
Are you serious?
I'm in Cincinnati. I mean, it's like
it's the suburbs.
20 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes.
Right. Cincinnati is far north.
Which
Kentucky.
bridges are fucking working and which bridges are not working, man?
I mean, they're all working technically. It's just getting onto the bridge is a pain in the ass.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the bridge on 75 is just a fucking pain in the ass right now.
What the hell, man?
It's a pain in the ass, and they're telling me all they're doing is painting that fucking bridge, and they're telling me it's gonna take 6 months to paint it. They're not gonna be done until December. They're not gonna be done until December.
Just get a couple
painting the bridge.
Just get a couple gangs, street gangs. Just give them a bunch of spray paint cans. They'll be through that thing in a weekend.
I had that
I
shit
know.
in a weekend.
It's still July.
They've been doing it since April.
So this is
Your government tax dollars at work.
This is our government tax dollars at work.
Now, I mean, part of this was, the bridge did literally have a car, like some vehicle explode, and it caught on fire, like about 6-9 months ago. They had to do a lot of repairs for that. I get that, but the fact that they're saying that they're just painting it right now, like, there's got to be something going on beyond painting. Like, it just makes no sense,
right?
Yeah. So it's going to end up being over a year where I cannot just get on that bridge through the normal exits. A year, it's just stupid. Like, every time I go to Kentucky, so if I take 471 to certain parts of Kentucky, it's no big deal. But that's the biggest bridge going in and out of Kentucky, and it's just
take it and
every time it's like an extra 15-20 minutes there and 15-20 minutes back. It's so stupid.
Where's the other one?
And it's going to just keep on happening.
I can tell you right now, this is not Stag Junior.
All right, gentlemen. I'm going to leave you to it. I need to get some sleep.
Yeah, actually, it's
fun.
4 a.m. now here, guys. I got to get off myself.
Love it, Jim. I'm
Whoa,
out of here, too.
why you say that there, Dustin?
All right, guys.
That's good. That's good. I don't know what I just drank, but that's
You said
good.
Untitled 14-year-old.
Who's hanging with us?
I'm getting off, guys, so it'll just be Francis and
Hey,
you guys.
Dustin. Hey, it was a pleasure meeting you, man. I appreciate all the information you
Absolutely,
gave.
buddy. Awesome talking to you.
Yeah, dude, you know your shit, man. And
Yeah, Dustin, majorly enjoyable as always, bro.
I appreciate that. And yeah, I was telling the guys, I said, hey, I don't know who that Dustin is, but he knows his shit.
I enjoy drinking and talking to good people, and this is always what happens on these channels. So, cheers,
Awesome.
guys. Have a
All
great
right,
one.
cheers, buddy. Take care, man.
Take care, Dustin.
All right.
Later, guys.
Later.
Gary, my man.
So I had to come on when I saw you, especially when you came up closer. But yeah, I'm probably going to be gone in about 2 or 3 minutes myself.
Yeah, us too. It's just me and the big man left.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
We're the guys that drink water all night, so
yeah, we drink
all last
water.
thing
Yeah.
through.
Yeah. Well, I went over to one of the guys in the local bourbon group's house for dinner, and had the drinks. Then I brought a couple bottles over and got yelled at for the bottles I brought over.
No, yelled at by Maureen.
No, by the guy whose house it was, because every time I bring bottles over, I cost him money because then he has to go out and get them.
I believe that.
Yeah,
I
so
do believe that.
Yeah, so I brought over one of the old Carter single barrels.
Oh yes, the 13-year.
Dude, why would you do that?
Because
because I was hanging with buddies, and then the Black Label Pingree 13.
Oh, why would you do that?
Because we needed something to drink.
Damn, dude.
So he brought out the George T. Stagg.
Ooh.
I mean, you haven't been slacking here.
Hey, I'm just telling you.
You've had the new cigar blend. You've had 14-year Untitled MGP. You've had Russell's 13.
Oh, we had a sample of that too.
Oh, hey, I got a sample for you. You got a sample?
Well, he had a sample and we split it.
Oh, the 13?
Yeah.
I think I got one from Alec for you.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's really good.
I enjoyed it.
I made Zerk blind it with C920 and B520.
So if you know me, you know I like the freaking Elijah Craig barrel proofs.
Right.
Well,
as do I.
I fucked up.
He picked Russell's Reserve 13, then B520, then C920.
The cherry should have given it away.
You know what? I thought I knew what I was doing, and I didn't. It was weird.
Yeah, Bobby did it too from Bourbon Battalion, and he swore, and he was right, that the Russell's Reserve 13 was what it was off the nose, but he said the flavor did not taste like cherry, but more like a candy bar. So
then I can see you confusing it with ECBP then.
Yep. So when he went through his, it actually got second to the B520.
Which to me is another candy bar, but just probably a different one.
Yep. All of them. Come on, dude. All of them are.
Well, the C920, I get that ice cream off of that.
Yes.
I love ice cream.
And I get that off the Discovery.
Cream with a little mocha to it.
Yeah, the Discovery 3, I also get that ice cream off of.
Okay. It's got to be better than Discovery 4.
So good.
I love my Discovery 1 and 2. I never got to have a 3. And I did not like 4 in comparison to my 1 and 2.
The only place I ever saw Discovery 3 was at the gift shop at Bardstown. Wow. I never seen one out of the store.
I tried Discovery 4 3 times now, and it does nothing for me. But 1 and 2, I'll run through shit for.
I had no idea he had not tried 2.
No, not
or 3.
Not 3.
I had not tried 3.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was dirty.
Ooh.
That was
Where did that
dirty
come
duck.
from?
Every once in a while, ducks walk through my office.
So the 3 is like the most hard to find.
Yeah.
Well,
Gary, how many 3s do you have?
I just got the 1.
I think I might have 2. Might.
That's because all of a sudden it went from an unknown thing.
I know I have one open.
That
I might
we
have
all saw
one
on the
unopened.
shelf, and we were like, "Oh, it's there! Oh, it's there! Oh, it's there!"
Right.
And then every channel online talked about it, and 2 days later, you couldn't find
The
one
3
anywhere.
the 3 is awesome.
Well, the 3 I think was a much more limited release compared to the others though too.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, but like up
And I don't know why.
Like up
but-
here, I had a store. I had 2 stores actually that I could walk into any day of the week, and they had a 6-pack on the shelf. And I kept on going, oh, I'm going to grab one. I'll wait. You know, there's still 6.
Yeah.
There's 6. Then it blew up online, and I went back, and there was still 6. I'm like, oh, so I'm going to get these instead. And then I went back the next week. So 1 week after it blew up online, they were all gone. Went to the other store that always had 6, and never failed. They always had 6. They had none. And then every other store that I knew at least had one or two that I went to in this area were all out. They're like, yeah, like all of a sudden people just started coming through and buying these. Like they just sat here forever, and now all of a sudden people are asking for them every day. It's crazy how quick that changes, man. All it takes is a little bit of the hype train. And
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Gary.
Now we got real Zerk, shirtless Zerk.
Hey, Gary.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Hold on a second. Let me look right here real quick to make sure.
It's not an iPad, bro. It's not an iPad.
Okay.
Scroll.
So, how do I know that nobody's on here that can hear me?
Well, I can fix that for you real quick.
Fix me so just Gary can hear me.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on.
Yeah, I think at this point it's safe to end the YouTube stream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I